What's going on, YouTube?
What's up?
What up? We're gonna try something a little different. Have some music, just kind of hanging out as
we
we.
flagged.
Yeah. This is an experiment.
I like how this literally says original performed by Molly Hatchet.
And
Like
it's definitely
this
not.
track is not performed by Molly
100% it is not.
God dang.
All right.
All
right,
what's
YouTube
up, dudes?
Too much
What's
fire.
up, y'all?
Let me go ahead and pull it up, I guess.
I pull up. If anyone
pull
is
up.
listening on the
Stomp.
YouTube, can you just let us know how it sounds, how the mix is? Because we did have some trouble, and I don't know how we've never done this with music over top before.
It sounds great to me.
I mean, yes, but
I don't know. That guitar tone is just all wrong.
I know. You didn't want to get flagged, so we're not getting.
Yeah, I don't wanna
I don't
get
think we
flagged.
have to worry because this song doesn't
Did
sound
we
anything
do
like.
this on purpose? Are these balls just sitting here on purpose?
Yeah, I
Jeff,
just figured
Stop
we just
talking
put
about the
ball.
balls on.
I figured we just lay our balls out on the table and see what happens.
It's perfect.
Go Bulls
I'm gonna
out.
bring my white one out.
Whatever. West
Leave your white
Virginia.
ball behind.
Okay, I'll put it back.
Okay. Okay.
Jeff
Why
just
is
making
your
it
red-
worse.
Oh wait, we need the 6 so we can have 69 on the table.
Nice. God
What
dang,
are you
Jeff,
doing?
how many balls you got?
Jeff,
No, you gotta spread 'em out,
Jeff,
spread 'em out.
Jeff, stop. Just stop.
Get a little spread out.
All right.
Ka-chow.
All right, so we're almost ready.
Good
Just
jigga.
kind of getting everything ready.
Good jigga. Good jigga.
Good chigga. Good chigga, chigga, chigga.
I'm so sorry, DJ. You have to deal with us for the next hour and a half.
Oh, you guys
I
have
still-
no idea.
Bless you.
I still cannot understand my dad's text. He says, "I can't believe he's never won a cup race. Makes me want to cry. LOL." Like I don't know if he's being like satirical or he's being like serious. Like
well, he said LOL, so
He
that's
kinda has.
lots of love. So he's definitely sincere about it.
I don't know if he's talking about AJ Allmendinger
Or Bubba.
or
Well,
Bubba,
but
but both
Bubba's
have
won.
won a cup race.
Yes.
So who are you talking about? I don't know.
Talk
gosh.
about Riley or just leave him alone.
Ty Gibbs, maybe.
Ty Gibbs.
Maybe that's it. I don't know.
I don't know. This is funny text. Father Speed has left
He's doing something.
Father Speed.
He is.
All right, we are
left the chat.
also recording on the YouTube video.
the
so
YouTube.
I forgot to hit record last week, so yeah. Cool.
So it was
Um,
only live. Nobody got to watch it after.
No. I record it like a separate track, like to my computer. That's
Oh.
like a direct feed.
See,
we
guys,
post that
I
as
just
well?
want.
I mean, we could, but why? It's already on YouTube.
I want everyone to know we are learning together
know.
here.
when
There is
when they say
no
that,
expert
when Matt
at this
says
table.
when Matt says we're learning together, what he really means is I'm learning and they're just watching.
I'm learning.
I don't know. DJ's like, "Oh, the camera quit working," and we're like, "Yeah, we don't know how to help."
I asked him
Yeah.
if I should go kick it, and he said no.
The worst part about the whole camera thing not working is literally. Do we want to do this on YouTube or the podcast?
Do it now. The podcast is going to have plenty of information.
What are we
of
talking
us
about?
raging.
Like I was before I start going and just talking about something. Oh, I guess not. Anyway, so yeah, so the worst part about the whole YouTube thing is literally the fact that like with the camera is if there's a problem, I have to get up from here, which I'm kind of wired into my seat. Get up, walk all the way around, turn the camera on, flip it on, try it, shift setting, come back, restart OBS,
Yeah.
try it again. I know
You
that
wanted
means
that
nothing.
story to be on
I
the
didn't
podcast?
understand.
I don't know. I'm just saying it could. be.
At
It
least
could've
I'm
been-
trying to
could've
listen.
been on
Jake
the
just never
podcast.
listens.
Just saying, like, you know, it was a thought. Like, I mean, if
DJ, I
anybody
just
cares.
wanted to mention how large your
don't
track
know.
house logo is on your shirt.
That's not
It-
where I thought that was going.
It's just very prominent. Compared
Lord.
to-
You know,
Lord.
I would like to point out though that in comparison to our
your track house
So
logo
if we-
is bigger than mine.
but Jake, if you look at the screen,
Mine.
You wanna
Mine's on
compare-
my
you
shoulder.
am
wanna
I not
compare-
crazy? Matt's Trackhouse logo to mine is not that different.
Okay. No,
Y'all
DJ's
just-
is
y'all
four
just
times
measured
the
logos
size of
on
mine.
Hey, we really are pulling up in like some track house gear.
And then there's just Jeff.
Bro, we got to change the shirt. Like, it's just disrespectful now.
He's up in his cousin's gear over here.
Yeah, this
I'm
is
excited.
this is like celebrating.
We're repping
I'm
losers
pumped.
today. I
Is
don't
this-
know. I
is
got
this-
RFK.
I was gonna say-
I'm on a high for it.
All right, you guys want to try to start the actual thing now?
I
Y'all
don't
just
know.
out here.
Are
Are
you
you all
ready?
done comparing
Well,
Trackhouse logo sizes?
I've I've almost run out of time in our
might
instrumental
be
for us to
small,
try this.
but
All
it's
right,
mighty.
yeah, let's go. You get the intro already?
Yeah, maybe.
I mean,
What is
All right,
there?
wait,
As long as Jeff doesn't play
what
footsies
out of-
with us,
okay,
we'll be
we gotta
fine.
discuss this. What out of pocket thing is going to be said before DJ starts? His?
Oh, speaking of which, I'm not ready for that part yet.
That's
I don't
kinda
know.
real.
As long as you keep your feet to yourself, we'll be fine.
That was pretty funny.
My feet are way over here.
You already tried to hold my hand.
For anybody
earlier.
that's wondering,
Bruh.
when we
Say, yo,
started the
West
show
Virginia looking at
last week,
Bruh.
it started on the podcast with
Jake always be touching
Jeff,
me
stop
and then
playing
blaming it
footsies
on
with
me.
me.
Bro, you a liar, bro.
That's
They're
so
kinda-
true.
Even.
They're kind of just gay for each
I
other.
literally sat on the couch and
just
Jake's
gotta let
like
him be.
freaking going
Matt
spread
over
eagle
here.
and grabbing my hand, and I'm like, he's like, Jeff, why are you grabbing my hand? I'm like, I literally haven't.
It's
moved for
my
like
couch.
20
Get up
minutes.
out the way.
I literally haven't moved for like 20 minutes.
It's like the fact of like being in the middle. You guys are just naturally drawn to each other.
pretty much.
You
Like
know.
gravitational pull.
Gravitational pull.
Me and DJ are kind of out here just like, we're
All right, you guys ready to try to do this
No.
thing?
DJ, can you grab me a cookie first?
No.
Not being for real.
Can you throw the cookies?
Just give me the box.
I'm being for real.
Can you be like Lindsay and throw the cookies today? Not all at once.
Eat them.
Please.
What kind do you want?
I want the. Wait,
Give them the opposite.
why you?
What
I want
kind do
you.
you want?
I want
Give
you
'em the opposite.
manhandling my
What
cookie.
kind do you want?
I want the chocolate chip.
Oh, okay.
The Dinger wins at the Roval. The next round of the playoffs has ended.
Damn it.
And 4 drivers are sent packing. Let's talk about why we're here for the speed. All right, what's up, guys? My name is DJ, and that was fun.
Well, we
You
got
are-
our we got our out of pocket intro.
You're
So,
welcome.
There we go.
Jake just freaking manhandling 3 cookies over here in the middle. DJ, you're gonna have to learn to mute our mics before that. Maybe season
I didn't know
2.
you were about to start.
You're welcome.
Me and Jeff over here fighting over cookies.
Do y'all remember what I said last week? Last week I was like,
Dude,
I'm just
me,
gonna
me
start
and Jeff were
going
in
and
like a
just-
freaking war for the cookies, and you're like, "Oh, this is a good time to start."
Yep.
It wasn't even a war. You just mishandled them.
I
you
just dropped
started
it. I
dropping
dropped
them
it,
all
and
over
then
the
Jeff
place.
tried to grab it. Maybe
Oh
I
my
don't know. I
gosh.
gotta watch a
Freaking
YouTube replay.
fumbles, man.
gotta roll it back. Gotta figure
Dropping
it
the
out.
cookies
What's
all
up,
the way.
Megan? Thank you for watching. We appreciate you being here.
So,
Cookie?
Meg,
Yeah, sure. Thank you. This fall on the floor.
No,
Did you
but
lick
freaking
it?
Jake
No, that one landed
manhandled
on
it,
his
just
crotch.
over
Oh,
here
perfect.
groping the
I
cookie.
may have just touched one of my pool balls.
Oh,
the red one.
I like to rub them.
What's up, boy?
Hey, Lindsay, cut that and turn it into a reel.
I'm not gonna lie. That's like the crispiest Publix cookie I've ever had.
I
in my
feel
life.
like they got a little drier.
Crunch.
A little bit.
They were nice
were
and
on
soft
sale.
earlier.
They normally are. All right. So, in case you guys can't tell, we've been hanging out watching the Roval, and there wasn't much racing to talk. So we've just been goofing off the whole time.
Yep. It's
What
been-
you
Well,
mean?
okay. Okay.
It's been
Sorry.
absolutely
Easy
The end of the
now.
race was
Easy now.
definitely better, but in the first part of it was a little lackluster. I think it was until about lap 30 to go. That's when the race I think really started getting interesting. What, you think I'm crazy?
No. I mean,
I was
exactly
wondering
it.
if we were
had
going
to
to do
just
intros.
we had to act.
I introduced
I'm
myself.
just Jeff.
Yeah, and you just kept talking.
I'm
this
just
is
Jeff.
just Jeff.
I mean,
right here. This is just Jeff.
I am joined
Mr.
by-
West Virginia.
Hey,
Don't touch me.
2 weeks in a row.
He showed up.
Yeah.
We're on a hot streak, everybody.
I was waiting for you to hit the thing.
I have a
There it is.
Oh, hold on.
I have a PowerPoint
We
due
got
at
J. Cole
midnight tonight,
over in the corner.
and
J. Cole.
it's only half done. So that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
Whatever.
All right. So I'm joined by
J. Cole.
Jake.
just
You
Jeff.
really waited until I bit into the cookie.
I'm trying to mess you up today. This is great.
Just Jeff.
Oh, and the very sad, disappointed Brad Keselowski fan.
I mean, did you-
He's
I mean, it's
out.
predictable.
It
Did you
was
really expect it?
extremely predictable.
I like how both the people Matt's wearing for merch today have gotten kicked out of the playoffs.
repping L's over here. You know, we're just repping L's. But no, very sad and disappointed Brad Keselowski fan. You know, I think all in all, I think Brad knew Talladega. All in all, he knew Talladega was his one shot, and he fumbled. So next year, we're looking forward to 2024.
Before we get into it,
It's a rebuilding year.
It's a rebuild year.
It's not like Tennessee over here.
We're at multiple
How,
years. Now we need multiple drivers.
I guess before we get into it, how was everyone's week?
Well, I had a kid, so
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Congratulations.
stressful.
Bro, y'all clapping
Hi.
for me showing up twice in a row, but Matt honestly is the real MVP showing up the week he had a kid.
Thank you.
That is true.
Thank you. I deserve a lot of credit here. You know, I showed up. I sat there. I slept for a few hours. Megan did all the work. It was
You must be
very
so proud.
stressful. Cried a lot. It was a
I'm
lot of
not
fun.
gonna lie.
But
The reasons why you have missed other weeks
You shut your mouth.
You would think a baby would trump those.
No,
But
you
they
think-
don't.
I planned everything out. All right, we planned this one.
I'm having a-
Inductions are magical. Y'all
I'm
just
having a
don't know.
get together with family. Having a kid? Nah, I'll show up. I'll be there Sunday. I'll be there Sunday.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
felt like it was good enough. She was born Tuesday. It's Sunday. We're good.
Yeah, there's enough time.
Yeah, no problem.
Nice, got some time.
It's fine.
That's a week.
It's
She's
fine.
good. She's sleeping good. She'll be fine. I'll be back home in a little bit, so no big deal.
Nice.
But no, everything went healthy. Everything went good. Very smooth, in and out. Nothing too crazy. Just happy to have another part of the family.
Jake,
man.
I can see your face. Stop.
Jake's trying to not laugh.
Hey, be nice.
I just
Be
remember
nice.
Memorial Day weekend, you know? Matt didn't make it on that episode of the
I didn't
Cover.
make it.
That's true.
I was all right. So
No baby was involved.
No baby was involved, but there was a lot of whiskey involved, and I just couldn't sit through a podcast.
Hey,
so.
Lindsay, I see your phone on the podcast.
Oh, that's what you were referring to.
I have missed a
I
listen.
just got that. I got you.
when
I thought you were talking about, like-
That's our college student, everybody.
I thought you were talking about like a couple weeks ago, like when
No.
you missed out for
when
the
you were
football thing.
celebrating Merry Motocross Christmas.
Motorsports.
Motorsports. Same thing.
Christmas.
Different. Motocross.
No, it's not.
Motorsports. Whatever. Shut up. From freaking West Virginia. Same thing, different holiday. You enjoy it a little bit. And I couldn't make it all night.
That was funny.
But we move forward.
No, congratulations.
I appreciate
That's
it.
awesome.
Yeah,
thing,
seriously.
man.
I put in a lot
Nice,
of work.
man. Yeah.
I
A lot
I
of
will say
sacrifice on
Matt
my
has
side.
ultimately
Sure you did.
proved himself. I mean, we talked about it last week, right? But they basically pushed back their induced date from Sunday to Monday
The
to make
doctor
sure
wanted-
he could watch.
The doctor wanted 10 o'clock on Sunday. I said, nope. It will be Monday. And he's like, why? I was like, y'all, you don't understand. It's Talladega. And he's like, oh, I don't understand? I was like, you don't understand. It's Talladega. And he's like, all right, Monday. So Monday it is.
hilarious.
I just noticed, like, actually,
Funny.
between me and Matt, like, we have a pretty dedicated group because literally we got home from the hospital, with our most recent kid.
Oh, yeah.
It was what, a day? It was like a day or so before the clash, and it's like, yep, we're going.
Gone.
Like,
We're going.
We gotta do the show.
You're telling me she was born before the Clash?
What was it?
I know it was that long ago.
January 20th?
Yeah, 20th.
January 20th.
Yeah, I know.
Probably.
The sad
like
thing
the
is-
same
and the
week
sad
I
thing
found
is-
that
out
doesn't
we
even
were.
feel
She's the
real.
size. She's the size of one of your kids too.
Oh yeah, she's a baby.
She-
Bro,
Holy
Jaden's
crap.
going to be in sports.
She
She
better
gonna
be.
be in sports.
You
Have
better.
you thought about Viking boat rowing?
I've been thinking
Hey.
about
There
UFC.
you go.
I'm worried about the weight class system. I'm worried she's gonna just overwhelm them.
I think you'll be fine.
yeah,
funny.
probably.
No,
Um,
congrats,
I
bro.
guess to clear
Yep.
up the confusion of why everyone keeps making fun of me for wearing West Virginia stuff, I got accepted into graduate school this
Yep.
week. That's pretty exciting.
his cousin got him in.
My cousin got me in, apparently. But
Congratulations.
no,
seriously.
super exciting.
On a serious note, yes, congratulations.
Yeah.
So,
So
what are you
that's
doing?
the highlight of my week. Huh?
Yeah.
You're going, right?
I'm not like leaving, but I'm gonna do it online.
Oh.
Yeah,
You're not going to do like a tour of the campus? You got to do something like
I'm
that.
gonna go up
Bummer.
at some point, I'm sure. But
Wait,
Yeah.
dang, that means he's staying with
I
us.
thought we were finally getting a break.
All right.
These guys are heartless. Don't trust them. These two right here.
I will say the funniest thing, Jeff tells us what on Friday, Saturday morning, whatever.
Yeah.
And then he proceed to tell me on Saturday, like, I think we got a real shot this weekend. Like,
I
tell me
did
all
not
about the
say
college
that.
football team and like all this stuff. Like, oh yeah, we're gonna be good this year. Like, I'm
Hey,
like,
bro,
you
if you go,
joined a
full,
day
you gotta
ago.
go full send. You gotta go
You-
full send.
You're full
The
send.
only
Full
thing
commit.
I can say, you didn't start repping West Virginia gear until you found out. And then you got all the gear and you're like, I'm about it.
Oh yeah.
Hey, man.
At least,
Oh,
hey,
yeah.
just doing it.
I
Hey, you said they
appreciate
sent
it.
you a bunch of stuff, right?
Mhm.
That's cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So it's been 8 minutes. We probably should talk about the race.
What about it? How bad it was?
Yeah, Matt, what did you think of the race?
Okay.
It was
Do you really want to go
Hold
into
on,
it?
I need a Matt rant counter.
Dude, I'm gonna make it very quick up front, and then we're gonna go into subjects, and I'm gonna rant about those later. This race does not deserve to be in the playoffs. I don't think it's very good. I think the idea of Charlotte is a good idea. I think Charlotte's a great area. It's a great market. However, the Roval misses for me now, and it proved it for the first 60 laps. There was almost no passing up front. Everyone got strung out. They've neutered the race, and I don't think it's a very fun race.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Do you like the chaos?
What chaos?
Well, back it up. Do you agree there was some chaos?
I agree.
At the end.
I agree. People wrecked and there was parts failures. I do not think there were wrecks.
I guess the aggression and everything kind of pushed up. The 45 catches on fire. Daniel Suarez gets punted at the end. Like, there was definitely
Daniel
some
Suarez.
chaos.
Okay, there was
Denny
one
Hamlin
legit.
Chastain sending it, trying to get
Daniel Suarez.
spaces.
I don't think he got punted. He got
in
loose
the second
in a
half
wreck.
of the race, there was some chaos. There was a lot of cautions.
There was one
correct? Yes or no?
argumentable.
Hold on. Yes or no? There was a lot of cautions.
But this is
And-
Matt's
But you
point.
can't blame
Okay.
it on
No, hold on. Wait.
chaos.
Is it too much that we have this, which seems to happen almost every year, and Talladega in the same round? That's where I find fault.
Who's
with it.
talking about Talladega? That race is done. Why
No,
are you bringing
I'm saying
up Talladega?
in one round, it's a lot of.
I don't care about Talladega. That
All right.
thing's done. I think if
I
you're going to
love
race at
Talladega.
Charlotte, I think this is a perfect spot in the playoff to race for Charlotte. I don't think it should be the Roval. I think it should be a true oval. Show what you got and move forward. If you want to have a road course, do it somewhere else and take away a different course.
I don't think there should be a road course and a super speedway in the same round.
I'll somewhat agree with you on that.
And
Yeah, I can agree with that.
especially the Roval because it is more chaotic.
It
than
is
any
more
other road
chaotic,
course.
but they've done so much to neuter this track. It's not fun anymore.
Yeah, but you don't have to.
The only advantage you get on restarts is dooring the other person.
no,
and
you
that's
gotta
not
you gotta drive
fair.
like a complete dick.
You have to jump the restart. And pray.
What was that last resort?
And
AJ.
pray that the
AJ
other
Allmendinger-
person
The last restart?
gets to the
Restart?
checker.
AJ
start checker
Allmendinger
first.
100% jumped the restart.
Yes,
the last
he
race.
did.
They were
It
100%
was so
starting
bad.
before
And I
the.
think Kyle
Yeah,
Busch was
bro.
waiting for the penalty, and it wasn't coming. Listen, I had no dogs in the end of this fight. My picks were totally off, but this race did not hit for me. Just like Texas didn't hit for me. I thought Texas should have been out from the playoffs. I'm thankful it's not in the playoffs next year, but this race didn't have it for me. Next.
No, so I kind of agree with with what Jake was saying. How I think having Talladega and this race in the same, because this is the round that's the chaos round, right? This is the round where there's the most wild things that can happen between Talladega and this Roval race.
I don't like a chaos round.
I think there should just be one chaos
Race.
per round.
A super speedway checks that box. A Roval checks that box.
Okay.
Yeah.
A road course doesn't, but the Roval does.
So switch like Las Vegas and the Roval? Switch them?
Maybe.
I would. Okay, here's what.
I'm with you though. I want to see the Oval come back.
I think the Oval should come back. I'm so
And
tired of the Roval.
we'll talk about that later because we're going to
And
review
it's
the
not I hate-
schedule. Yeah,
It's not I don't think the Roval should be in there, but I think they've done so much to neuter this course. The car is designed for road courses, but it doesn't hit like it should.
You know what I'd like?
Besides part failures, people driving down the wrong lane.
driving backwards.
Yeah, like there was legitimately 3 cautions besides the stage caution.
think there
Thank
was-
God they brought back stage
we'll
cautions.
debate that, I guess, maybe, but I think there should have been more cautions, like we talked about a few weeks ago.
I think they should be
at the
more
last
strict with
road courses.
cautions. I agree.
Yeah, bro. You have a guy, one, driving backwards. You had another guy spin sideways. We saw yesterday in the Xfinity race a guy spin sideways and was sitting sideways on a blind corner.
I don't even want.
There
that
needs to be
Xfinity.
more cautions,
That was
man.
trash.
Are we gonna wait till a driver takes a T-bone in the driver's side and realize, oh man, maybe we should throw cautions?
Bro, the biggest egg on NASCAR's face was McDowell not getting a caution. That man had to drive through the entire track.
How many cars did he almost wreck?
The entire. I don't know. They never
Half
showed
the
it.
field.
But he had to drive through the entire track in order to get to the pit cycles, and then everyone in front of him was able to pit, right, and get a quote unquote cheap pit, and then he pitted, and then they threw a caution right after, and I'm like, this is dumb. This is so stupid for NASCAR.
So I'm weird because
I'm sorry, I'm hot about this.
No, I know. That's
Calm me
why I
down a
just
little bit.
kind of let you go.
I'm hot
with
about
you,
this.
but I think my dog is a little more in the fight of I don't like 2 chaotic races in one round.
I can roll with that.
Because if you get caught up in a wreck and you get caught up in a wreck,
I'm all
this
down for
week, it's
chaos.
just-
I just want it to be a better race.
Here's my
You
problem.
can have a completely
yeah.
you can have a completely chaotic
the
oval.
chaos.
I'm sorry,
I
DJ.
just want a little more legitimacy.
Yeah, and I think the oval would bring that. It's a
I agree
legitimate
100%.
chaos race.
Yeah, so my issue that I have with this race is I love the idea of the Roval, right? The idea of having a mix of an oval and a road course. I think that's great. I think that's something unique. I think that brings something special to NASCAR, and I think that our sport needs something like this. However, my problem is the races at Charlotte have been so good on the oval,
Amazing.
that I feel really bad that we're missing out on that. So it's like maybe we need to take the Roval to a different track.
Yes.
One that's not like
never mind.
Texas.
You're
or
about-
something.
I was about
my
to ask
idea is
that.
Texas.
Yeah, I was gonna say Texas.
I was about to say that same exact
Yeah.
thing, because if your problem doesn't seem to be with the Roval, it just seems to be with the Roval at Charlotte. So
Correct.
I
And
mean,
so that's what I think. I think we should
yeah.
be going
I
to a
don't-
different track that maybe suffers, like Texas.
I don't think the Roval in the middle, beginning, towards the end of the year is the chaos of it is a problem at all. It's actually probably a refresher. It's the fact that it falls right after Talladega. It takes some legitimacy out of the championship.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Because the other problem too is I feel like if you look at this race outside of the playoffs and being a cutoff race, traditionally, now this race toward the end obviously was a little more exciting, but traditionally kind of falls flat. So the problem is if we have that happen, if we take it out of the playoffs, are we going to end up making a race that's just kind of like, yeah, well, whatever.
I wouldn't
Glad
even,
it's over.
I wouldn't even say it falls flat, but every year we've gone, they've done something to make the race either less chaotic or more driver friendly. I mean, the first year we went, we watched practice and 3 guys hit that tire wall off the back chicane. They took out the tire wall. This year they took out the restart lane. And I'm sure throughout the race, throughout the 4 years we've been there, 5 years we've been
5
there,
now.
they've lowered the bumpers, the turtles, the quote unquote turtles that Corey LaJoie jumped over the fence to paint as Ninja Turtles, which was awesome.
Did they lower them? I don't think they lowered
They
them.
did something to them.
I think they just took like where they were not so intrusive, kind of like, and so difficult to get around. They kind of smoothed the radius of the
chaos.
current off to. I agree with. They didn't lower them. They just kind of smoothed them out, made it a little easier to traverse.
But you're just making
You
the
can
race
kind of
easier.
use them now.
They did
to,
the same crap to the Indy road course. They took out those big bumps that
Well, I mean, we saw.
There's a reason
airborne.
why on that one.
yeah, but you're gonna take stuff away like that. It became a boring race. Guess what? Next year, it's gone. It's not even
Well,
in
I
the
think
playoffs.
this
Like,
speaks back to a bigger
what
problem.
are we doing?
This speaks back to a bigger problem where road coursing is like it's like a nice it'd be fun to do it every once in a while. 2, maybe 3 times a year, not 6 times a year.
You know what? It brings up a good fact of if this sport is so about being flexible and intrusive and everything, be flexible with the schedule. We don't need the road course 7 years in a row. You know what? Bring back something else. Let's start switching it up. If the general fan base is not about the Roval, like they weren't the Indy road course, why are we still doing the Roval?
I'll tell you something. So I mentioned this when
How
we were all
much
watching
money
the race.
has to be about this?
Look at the attendance at Coke 600 versus Roval.
Oh my God, the Coke 600 was sold out.
Yeah, and,
And granted,
and
it's the Coke
infield
600.
camping was almost sold out too.
But you changed
Which
this
there's more
to-
camping at the Coke 600
For
than
sure,
there is
because
here.
you're not racing through the infield.
Yep.
So I agree, man. I think a Charlotte cutoff race on the oval probably sells out too.
It would 100% sold out in this day and age. In this current package, for the next 2 to 3 years, it would sell out. Now, if it starts going down, attendance starts dropping, it's not a good race anymore. Say the cars get more technical, it starts getting a little bit more drawn out. Switch it up. You're NASCAR. You have the ability to switch it up. You have 3 years to plan something else. Why are we not doing this? I'm sorry. I'm very heated about this. Let me
When
sit
you
back.
came in before even the start of the race, and you're like,
I
I'm
watched the
not happy
Xfinity
about this
series
race.
and I was PO'd. And it's not because my driver lost. It's because it was a horrible race. It was not
Yesterday?
good. Yesterday was a horrible race.
Yeah.
Jacob.
I won't say
I know.
horrible.
It was-
It was a typical.
It was a D+ race.
It's a typical road course style race.
Garbage. No, I've seen much better road courses out of
Where?
the Xfinity cars.
No,
the
no, no,
Portland
no,
race
I'm just
was
saying
much better.
Hold on. I'm saying a
That's true.
typical road course race in general. Sports
There's
car.
only one.
No, sports car, NASCAR, whatever you want to say, any kind of road course style, street course style, it's pretty typical.
Every single race has been better than this one for Xfinity.
for road courses.
Every single one. Yes.
Name one.
Portland, Chicago.
Gives more chaos.
It was a better race.
Hmm.
You put them on the oval, it'll be better.
I don't disagree with you there.
I know you don't
At all.
disagree. I know. And it's not.
I
it's not
agree
like
with the oval.
me and you
but I'm
against
not
each
gonna.
other.
I'm not gonna say the
It
road
was-
course was bad.
What would be the worst one then this year? They're all done.
The worst
What
road
was the
course?
worst one? I'll say the Roval.
I don't
I'll
know.
put it right out there. The
Without
Roval was
reviewing
the
them all.
worst.
I would say the worst cup race was probably
Indy.
Sonoma.
Indy.
Sonoma was
Indy
pretty bad.
too.
And I've
Indy was
argued,
awful.
I've
Indy
argued.
was bad. That's
Bad.
actually I only think I voted no on Jeff Gluck's good race
Indy.
poll.
Well, there was
Probably
two road
twice,
courses
and
right
Indy
next to
I
each
know
other.
was definitely one of them.
What were the two road courses
It
that were
was
close?
Indy and Watkins Glen back to back.
Watkins
those
Glen's
two?
good.
But Watkins Glen's pretty good.
It was
Like,
okay. It was all right. It's all
Yeah,
right.
all right. Yes,
It's
but
better than Sonoma. And I've argued Sonoma. I do not like Sonoma either. I'd rather get rid of that race too. That race needs a dude.
it needs a refresh,
bad.
man.
They need to race it at some other time in the year. They need to figure something out.
I do agree with that.
I
I do
do-
think
I
we
do
should,
agree with
yeah.
that.
It's
too.
not a good. It is a.
Go
Now
into
that we don't
spring.
have Auto Club, it should be part of the West Coast Spring.
It is a
swing.
important race.
Same thing.
Let's say that it is an important race. I like the idea of Sonoma. I like the trophy, the vineyards. I think it's great. Racing on a dust bowl where there's almost no passing makes no sense.
I
And
don't
especially
Yeah.
in a road course where there's no cautions. And I was a fan of no cautions. I was like, listen, this might bring some change to these road courses. It didn't. I am so glad they came back with cautions for this race because it went from.
It honestly did make
Go
a
back
difference.
to the first episode. I told y'all.
I know you did.
that
I know you
jump
did.
was not going to work.
And I waited the season. I thought it was going to be better, and it's not.
Yep, I
Thank
agree.
God they brought him
I was
back.
wrong. Yeah, I'll admit it. Yeah, because I was hoping and
I was hoping
And
because the
thinking
road
that might-
courses were
Matt's
so
out here
bad.
like, if it don't go fast and left, I don't want it.
If there ain't an American
hey,
flag
I
at
mean,
the end of the
hey.
race, I ain't about it.
That's
anyway,
real.
that's my case.
I thought it was
Sorry.
okay. I mean, I don't really have much to say about it.
I kind of
It
like
was
the
okay.
chaos, but I just don't like the chaos right after Talladega.
Yeah,
I just like I like it. I like everything. How hard the racing was. People door banging. Like it was so aggressive. I like that, but I don't like for the sake of the legitimacy of the playoffs.
But where was
I have
it?
two thoughts.
I didn't see it.
Thought
At
number
the end of
one.
the race, bro,
Real
like,
quick,
nah,
before
bro,
Jeff
you
has
know.
his thoughts, Kuzman said he never compared the times, but it does seem like the cars seem so much slower going around Sonoma than the older cars.
Yes.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I'd like to see that because I thought this new cars that could be a factor of the old car having 900 horsepower versus this one having.
Here's
the
what I
700.
think.
Yeah,
The thing we keep veering off on is just the Roval setup in and of itself being at the track that it's at Charlotte instead of somewhere like Texas. And the other thing we keep talking about is where it is on the schedule. So, in theory, if you can find that sweet spot where to put the Roval, it can potentially be a satisfying race.
Bend over, I'll show you.
But
Sorry, it wasn't a personal thing. It's just it's
Wow.
shit.
Matt, you applied for West Virginia?
No. It's not a personal thing. It's just the Roval is shit nowadays. So moving forward.
I think to
anyway,
me,
hold on.
everything.
Hold on, let me finish. What I was gonna
Go
say.
ahead.
I was just gonna say, if we have to find a sweet spot for that race to go, DJ, stop freaking making that face at me, bro. If you have to find that sweet spot for the race to be at, then is that race even worth scheduling at that point? Because if
No.
you have to schedule a race in a specific spot for it to be good, it's like, why even schedule it? I'm not saying that as my personal opinion about the Roval, but if there's that much conflict about where the Roval is at as far as what track and where it is on the schedule, and that seems to be the main complaints that I'm seeing everywhere, not just us, just everywhere in general, it's kind of one of those like, well, why keep doing that specific race at that specific point in the season in the playoffs in that specific round?
I will say,
whatever. You know what I mean?
to me, I mean, we have friends that go to the Roval every year, and we know there's people that enjoy it. But to me, the optics are everything. So right now in college football and NFL season in full swing and hockey starting back up, optics are everything. So if you have a race that's 40% capacity today
In the playoffs.
in the playoffs,
Yeah.
like you
As a
have
cutoff.
to have
As a
hitter-
cutoff race.
cutoff.
You have to have hitter racetracks.
Yeah.
So like the playoffs have to hit, and we'll talk about this because the playoffs coming up for next year, schedule announced. Like,
Already?
bro, I don't know.
You know
I don't
Martinsville.
know.
You know Martinsville's already, what, probably 80% sold out?
If not already
I don't know.
sold out.
Did
I'm
it
assuming.
sell out last year?
I'm straight up assuming.
I mean, it should
After
have.
Ross Chastain's
It
move,
will this year.
I'm telling you, it better be 80% sold off. What was last week's cutoff race? Or not last week's, but
Talladega.
no,
no,
last
no.
year's cutoff race.
no.
I was last rounds.
Last rounds.
Excuse me.
What was it? It
was,
was Bristol?
Bristol.
Yeah.
Bristol, probably
100,000 people.
probably 50 to 70%.
No,
but
but-
100,000 people.
But Bristol's
nonetheless.
hard because of how
100
much it holds.
100,000 at Bristol is
Disgusting.
70%.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
You got 100,000 people buying food. You got 100,000 people
That's a lot.
buying merch,
That's-
buying parking, buying. There's a ton of stuff going on in Bristol. They're buying a lot, right? To see a
Bristol
cutoff race.
Caverns probably loves it.
I'm telling you. And this race to be what, maybe 30%? 40?
I'll give it 40.
You give it 40?
I give it
not
40
acceptable.
because it looked pretty good around the entrance and out of the road course section. Basically pit road exit turn 1. Like that section looked great, but like towards turn 4 was
why can't
barren.
why can't we have just a system where it's each round you either have like a short track, intermediate, a super speedway, or a road course, and figure that out. Mix it up. You got 3 rounds, figure that out. The end of the race, let's just assume it's going to be Phoenix, right? I know. I agree with you. But so next round we got what, 2 intermediates and a short track?
Gross.
Yes.
Okay, why couldn't we just
Stop.
switch the Roval for one of the intermediates and you got
Because I think the Roval, if it's going to be in the playoffs, has to be a cutoff. Otherwise, you won't care about it.
nobody cares.
I think if you would
nobody
have
cares
to,
about
if you move anything, you're going to have to move Talladega.
The
Oh,
cutoff
Talladega
position.
the starter for the round of 8. That
cut-
sounds
hold on.
horrible.
The
No, make
cutoff-
it the middle one.
I say make Talladega a cutoff race for the championship.
No, just make Talladega the championship while
Please
we're at
don't.
it.
Please,
Yeah.
please don't make
No, I
Daytona.
think what makes the Roval what it is, the success, is the cutoff position.
It is.
It
I
is.
think so.
But again,
Why can't we just have intermediate, super speedway, intermediate?
you know what I think?
Next
Or
week we
short
got
track.
intermediate,
How about this?
short track.
What if Charlotte was a championship week
Ooh.
Don't tempt my heart.
at
would
home
Don't tempt my heart.
on the oval?
It's beautiful.
We'd be going to that race.
I'm telling you,
We
We
probably
going
would
to
be.
that race.
you
Probably
give
would
it
be.
that weekend for 2 to 3 years, see how it races, see how it plays.
It'll probably sell out.
Because there was a time where Charlotte was a bad race. It was not fun. Most intermediates
The
were
last
not
car.
Gen
fun.
6
The last
intermediate
car.
was terrible.
It was not fun. So give it a while. Let it flourish. Give the fans what they want.
Yes.
Let it go.
Kuzman saying,
Cut
"Why
it
don't you
loose.
just all make your own schedule?" We kind of have, and
This is it
Because
right
they'll
now.
never
Kuzma.
accept it.
yeah, that's our problem.
It's Daytona, Bristol, Pocono,
Daytona.
and Talladega.
And
You
then
can't
Matt
have
already
36
sent us a
then
screenshot
rinse,
of some of
repeat.
his.
yeah,
Rainbow Road's on there.
Rainbow Road.
Rainbow Road. A bunch of the racetracks from Cars, the movie.
All right, we got to move forward. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
I was
This
gonna say
is too much.
we're going long on the Roval, unfortunately.
That was the
All right.
longest rant on this freaking
So,
podcast
let's,
It's
ever.
not over.
No. So
That's
moving
like a
on to
lot
the
of hatred.
playoffs. So obviously we have a cutoff. So now let's talk about the drivers that are out. Number 12, Kyle Busch.
Trash.
Stop. Lewis will cry.
Just
Sorry-
kidding. I was
sorry, Luke.
Lewis is fragile. You
I was
don't know
rooting for
Lewis.
Kyle, honestly.
He looked, man, he was
If
he
he
was
wanted
giving
him
it
to
all.
win.
He was giving it his all. He
I
did
wanted-
all he did all but wreck Allmendinger.
I wanted him
If
to
only
pull
you-
off the classic Kyle Busch thing where it's like, I'm going to start and like way back with no chance ever and then win. So,
So
that
Kyle
didn't
Busch-
happen today.
Kyle Busch is in an interesting situation where he does not have the KFB simulator. He has the follow the RCR car and do the best you can in it. And he is not at the point.
What the heck is that
What are you
called?
talking about?
Okay, so Kyle Busch in
Can
the
you give me the
18.
synonym?
No, Kyle Busch
Can
in
you
the
use
18.
it in a sentence?
Kyle Busch in the 18 was disgusting. He
Right.
could put on 4 fresh tires.
Except for the year he got Lego.
a Lego.
That's true.
Lego.
So he was disgusting.
Okay.
He could pass any car he wanted, get to the front and win. The man has a reputation for doing that. In RCR, is different. He's got to race with what he's got. And unfortunately, he's out because he has not raced with what he's got. He's tried to push the boundaries and he's wrecked.
Is this the Matt podcast or
It
what?
is.
It is now.
This is-
I think.
Let me just finish the
It's
sentence,
hard,
then jump
bro.
in.
Like you just
you
like
finished like 7 million sentences in this podcast so far.
Keep going.
Jeez.
Why are you being so sensitive, Jeff?
Because it's
He's
Be
salty.
quiet, be quiet, or we're gonna kick you off again.
damn.
Want a cookie?
Jeff
I've got cookies.
Jeff will
sounded
serve a
really
1
bad.
week suspension
I,
pending NASCAR review.
I get
Lost the wheel.
suspended every other week.
Uh, Anyone got anything else they want to say about Kyle?
Yeah, I was
I
gonna
thought
say
Jake
Kyle
was gonna
Busch
say
is just. I mean, I think it. Silver Spoon's probably getting some better stuff, bro.
Here we go.
Really?
The Silver
3 wins
Spoon.
versus 0 wins. Let's see.
Nah, I don't. I just think RCR. I think we've seen the 2-car teams, Trackhouse, them,
RFK.
RFK. We've seen them kind of in the
23-11.
second half of this year. They've kind of fallen behind a little bit.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
some
for
more
sure.
than others. Trackhouse and RCR maybe a little more than 23-11 and RFK.
Yeah.
But I think we've seen like last year and the beginning of this year, like, whoa, hey, maybe the 2-car team is like the way to go. But now it's kind of flip flop the other way around.
Yeah.
Maybe for now, you know. So I don't know.
Mark said, "What up, Jeff? Jeff needs a cookie."
Yo, Jeff needs a cookie. Thank you, Mark. I'm just emotional over this race because I think this race was garbage.
All right, number 11. Number 11 being out. Bubba Wallace.
Talking about crying, it's definitely gonna be him.
Actually, no, we kind of talked about it though. Like
Yeah, I gotta
honestly,
give it to him.
in the interview, it was like
That was a good interview.
that was like that was the Bubba that we want to see.
Yep.
Yes.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I honestly, that was pretty professional.
I mean, I don't think any of us expected that he was going to be like, championship 4 quality, but I mean, hey, like first year getting 11th place, like
Not bad, man.
not bad. First year getting into the playoffs, got all the way to 11th. I'd be, if I was him, I'd be looking at it like, hey man, like it was a good run. It was a good year. You guys have any?
I mean, he's
I
been
agree.
running good. He could still help his team with owners' points and manufacturers' points, and I mean, not that us as fans really care about that
Matt,
stuff.
do you want to rant on Bubba?
No, I mean honestly, I think Dickey has been. I'm sorry, Denny Hamlin. I think he gave him a great car today. I think he was fast. He just wasn't fast enough, and that's about it. He was as fast as Denny Hamlin, and Denny Hamlin.
We're gonna
wrecked,
need to
so
put Matt on a delay so I can like like censor what he's gonna say.
I'm just listen. Everything I learned was from the pool bar. Thanks,
Thanks, Mark.
Mark.
Thanks, Mark.
Thanks a lot.
Mark,
That's for Mark right there.
Hey, by the way, can we get that cut out for the backdrop?
All right, number 10. Unfortunately,
we'd have to blur multiple things.
yeah,
on there
that's
now.
true. Number 10. This one hurts. Ross Chastain. Man, there was a part of me that wasn't. I was hoping, like, I'm like, man, if he gets aggressive and starts pulling Ross Chastain, he could wreck someone and literally make it.
I was looking for. Surely there's a shortcut around here. Somebody hasn't found.
Did you see the one like someone was doing like iRacing or in NASCAR heat, and somehow they like figured if you hit the turtles just
That
right,
is iRacing.
was it iRacing?
If you hit the freaking turtles in turn 1,
You
can-
rotate over the
you can
wall?
barrel roll over the the road course section wall.
Go straight to NASCAR turn 1. Yeah,
Nice.
So I was really hoping for it, but I mean, to be honest, in the last few months, even they really haven't.
Trackhouse
been,
is down.
Yeah, they haven't really had. They haven't been what they were at the
I
beginning.
mean,
of
I'm
the year.
sure we'll kind of more or less cover it, but I mean,
Mark says
You're welcome.
I'm sure we'll more or less cover it, but I mean, like by the end of the race, the cutoff points, like
It
all the
was
cutoff
wild.
people, it's like they were all 30 plus points behind.
Chastain,
So,
I think,
mean,
got
there
up
was
to
no
like
point.
12 or 13.
They weren't
going to
get it
but
unless they won.
It was
so.
kind of crazy at the end of this race how far the cutoff.
It was wild.
Really?
Yeah.
It was like
Really-
30 something points between.
Yeah,
really,
8th
Kyle
and
was the
9th.
only one that had a shot, like because he was
Because
up
he had a
'cause
shot
of,
for the win.
of the
Yeah.
win. But like outside of that, no, like it wasn't gonna happen.
And then number 9,
Breaks my heart.
The
Brad Keselowski.
Brad,
But Busher.
But Busher's still in.
Chris Busher's still in there.
Why, it really is.
No, I mean
Great
honestly,
Busher.
we were talking about it a little bit in the YouTube portion, whatever you want to call
Pre-show.
it.
Pre-show.
amongst other
Yeah.
things.
There was no hope for Brad in the Roval. That man, I don't think he's finished better than I want to say they said 20th in this race. So if he did better than that, great. But Brad Keselowski in road courses do not equal. In super speedway, that was what he got. So
Yeah, unfortunately.
it is what it is, man. We move on. We
So
move onward.
sad day over here at the compound.
Just like a Raiders
RFK
fan,
and
we suck again. Move forward to next
yes,
year.
we suck again.
We suck again.
our Brad and Chastain flags will be flying at half mast tomorrow.
The rest of the year. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Year's over.
Yeah.
Done.
All right. So moving on to now who is well, first off, we did kind of want to talk about like our predictions. And I think we all pretty much nailed it. The only one that was different is I think we said Blaney instead of Brad.
I don't remember.
I think most of us said Blaney. And
Scroll up there a little bit. Let me see.
Well, somebody else. We said Truex. A lot of people were saying Truex, I think.
It's because you guys suck.
I can't believe Truex made it again.
Didn't you pick Brad?
Dude.
There was a real hope at Talladega. Okay, leave me alone.
Matt's fiery. Today,
I would like
man.
to point out, though,
I think
how is Truex still in second?
The man
Well,
starts
this is the
every
reset. This is
every
the reset.
restart.
I know.
In first.
But, well, not this time.
Yeah.
No, he's in second.
Are you sure?
Oh,
This
yeah.
is
No, yeah,
after.
he's second because William Byron won.
Yeah, but you got 2 mile-and-a-halfs and a short, and you got Martinsville, aka Martinsville. It's fine. He'll be fine. He's moving on.
You have Martinsville, a.k.a. Martinsville.
I was looking for a deeper joke within that, and it just was surface level.
Surface level, bro.
Oh, Matt, you're something today. All right, so
He's gonna
moving
be
on.
fine.
He's trying not to be monotone.
So let's.
Do I sound okay?
No.
Mic check. 1,
do I
2.
sound okay?
These pretzels make me thirsty.
All right, so we have William Byron in first. He's 41 points above something. I don't know.
Cut off.
I don't know.
No,
if
he
it's,
has
no, it's not the
41
cutoff.
points.
41 points. Okay, that's all we
He's
got.
20
Yeah.
above.
Ah,
There you go.
No, is that just
it's
race
race
wins?
wins.
Yeah, he's just 41 points.
It's got 41
Wait, that
race
is
wins.
totally wrong.
Chill, bro.
That race wins is literally
No, he didn't win today.
No.
no. It's just race wins. Where
Is
it
that
says
his
race
po-
wins,
I think
is
that's-
points above the cutoff. Look. Yeah, the NASCAR website is completely.
Oh, see, it's shit.
Oh,
It's- I got
the
it. I got it.
NASCAR website is inconsistent.
Oh,
How
look, look,
surprising!
look. No. Check it. Points, cutoff. It's just it's over farther than it's supposed
It's
to be.
inconsistent.
It's huge.
Okay, whatever. Anyway, so we got William
Okay,
Byron
so
in
why do
first
they all say 0?
because that would be race wins.
Restarted. It restarted.
It's one.
So this is a reset for this round
I guess.
Next
already. All right, I
I mean,
don't
it's
know.
on NASCAR's
The
site. I don't
NASCAR
know. You gotta
website
call
is,
them and
is
ask them.
like wiling out. So
Yeah. All right.
Anyways.
So William
Call the
Byron.
sales
William
rep.
Byron's in first.
20 points above.
Yep. And then
Where
Truex.
are we racing? It's Las Vegas next week.
Vegas, Homestead,
Vegas,
Martinsville.
Homestead, Martinsville.
Oh, so this is like the real.
Yeah.
So you got
William Byron, 20 points above. He's probably gonna make it. He's gonna run good.
The way
next
he's
week,
been running.
and he's gonna run good at
Are
Homestead.
these your picks?
That's a fact.
Are we doing picks?
Not yet.
No, I'm just saying.
We're still got to go through the list.
Like he's gonna run good at those.
Let's
two
try to get
tracks.
through this quicker because we're gonna.
list.
This is gonna be a long show
The
already.
List.
All right, Martin Truex is still in second. That man is living on a prayer. Although today he wasn't too bad.
I heard he's got new lucky socks.
Apparently he's gonna have new lucky socks. All right, moving into third. Then he has been
Who?
Matt's
Oh,
boy.
Dickie has been. Okay. Sorry.
Dickie has been. Thanks, Mark.
I don't
right.
recognize him by his legal name.
Number 4, Kyle Larson. Number 5, Christopher Buescher. Number 6, Christopher Bell. Number 7, Tyler Reddick. And number 8, Ryan Blaney.
Ryan Blaney 10 down. He has to win probably to get in. Like
It's
this,
pretty close though.
this round, year after year, has proven like you have to probably win this round or be the absolute best of the top 8 to
Yeah.
point your way in.
I mean,
You're not going to make it any other
to
way.
be honest though, the entire playoffs are only split by 30 points. Between
It's
William
too
Byron
much,
to
though.
Ryan Blaney, it's 30
This is the
points.
tightest I can think of in a while.
How many of
That's
those?
pretty close.
How many of those drivers do you see actually making mistakes though? Today, of all days, almost none of them
Truex.
made mistakes.
Truex.
Tyler
Did
Reddick.
he make a mistake?
No, but he will.
Tyler
make a
Reddick
mistake.
could, or his team will.
You think
Tyler
Truex
Reddick's pit crew could.
Ryan
Denny
Blaney.
Hamlin is the most speeding driver in NASCAR history.
Yep, Ryan Blaney could also. I could
Just
see
so
something
fast.
happen. He got
Ryan
into
Blaney is just not going to be fast enough.
well, he got into the
That'll
wall.
be his problem.
You think so?
Yes.
I don't know, man.
Blaney
the
does
way,
not have the mile
the
and a half
way
speed.
Logano
Penske is off.
dominated Las Vegas. If they are able to get any help or any information, I think he's got a
But
fighting chance.
You're talking back from March this year?
No, I'm sorry, it would
March.
be last year.
March.
No,
Since
he's
Logano
Oh,
won
you're
here
talking about
last
last year?
I'm talking
Nah.
about last year.
Who won Phoenix in March this year?
Phoenix was.
I'm sorry,
this
not
year?
Phoenix. I'm not Las Vegas. Excuse me.
Las Vegas this year. I don't know.
Kyle Busch.
No, I think it was Byron.
It might have been Byron.
Probably better,
I don't remember.
to be honest.
Kuzman says, how salty do you think Denny Hamlin will be if Willie B wins the championship? I think he going to be real salty because I think Hamlin thinks this is his year to win, which
I think he's going to
is.
rage.
Yeah, but I've heard Hamlin
I'm
say
still
that, like, 3
convinced
times.
Denny Hamlin would never win a championship.
I think if he's going to win,
Kinda
he's
racist.
going
I
to
will
win
tell
this year.
you, statistically, he is the best driver to never win a championship. They compare him against Martin.
Oh, yeah.
Martin.
Mark Martin.
I don't doubt it.
There's no comparison.
Oh,
he
for
is
sure.
the best driver to never win one so far.
I believe that. I think if he's going to win, it's going to be this year. I mean, he's got real good momentum toward the end of the playoffs.
He's getting old, man.
That's what I'm saying. I think if he's going to make it.
What?
Sorry, Phoenix this year was Willie Byron, Kyle Larson, Alex Bowman, 1, 2, 3.
Hendricks.
What about Las Vegas?
That was Las Vegas. Sorry, that was Las Vegas. Willie Byron, Phoenix, or Kyle Larson, William Byron, Kyle Larson,
down.
Alex Bowman,
Pronounce it out.
Bubba, and Bell. Those were your top 5.
All right, so I don't think even 8 months ago,
Blaney was
7
13th,
months ago,
and he started 3rd.
I don't know how much you can draw from that. Some, but not everything. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a Chevy track. That alone tells me a Chevy's going to win.
Maybe.
Probably.
Probably
Chevy's
a
been
Larson
pretty
or a
strong.
Byron's going to win that race.
Careful, Jeff.
I dropped my phone.
Stop licking your mic.
Well, good.
bro.
You don't need it anyway. All right. So, what are our picks for the top 4?
We doing top 4 winner.
Dang, man.
Top 4.
This is who we think is going to make it to the championship, right?
Yeah.
Oh, this is going to be easy.
I'll take the
Go
top
ahead.
4. Literally,
I take
Byron,
the top 4.
Truex, Hamlin, Larson. That's your championship 4.
You guys are looking at it. Hold on. Let me pull it up.
Maybe. Nah, that's it, bro. Maybe Busher. Maybe.
All right.
Where did he win? He won a mile and a half,
Here's
right?
mine.
Where did Busher win?
He's won pretty much everywhere.
He won a mile and a half not long ago.
And he won. Technically, he won Richmond, didn't he?
Yes, he won what? He won Richmond.
Richmond.
All right, I'm going to throw it
I
out
mean,
there.
it's not. I know it's not Martinsville, but it is a short track. Kind of, maybe a little bit.
No. If Busher wins, it'll be Homestead or Las Vegas. He won't win.
I agree, but I'm just saying.
Martinsville is probably going to be,
Bell.
if any one of these 8 win it, it's probably going to be
I don't know. Actually,
William Byron and Denny Hamlin. Denny Hamlin was really fast here.
that's true.
He's really found some really good stuff.
Mark says Hamlin's not going to win.
Are we talking about the
what
final
mile
4?
and a half
Final
did
four, yes, Final
Busher
four.
win?
Busher won.
Kentucky? No,
No,
Michigan.
he won.
Kansas?
Michigan, wasn't it?
No, he did not
Michigan
win
and
Kansas.
Richmond.
Was it Michigan?
Michigan and Richmond.
Richmond
yeah.
and
A
Daytona.
road course.
Daytona.
Oh, Daytona? Is that what it was?
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So,
The top 4 to me are my picks. That's
so
who's gonna
here's
make
what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it's going to be William Byron, Denny Hamlin, Christopher Butcher, and Christopher Bell.
it. Why
Ooh.
Bell and why Busher?
Spicy.
Because Bell, I think
Quit touching your mic, Jeff. I swear to God.
I'm trying to get this
Stop!
cable out of the way.
You're
Jeff,
fired.
just put the cord on the table.
There we go.
See,
Just mute it.
I swear.
Jesus Christ.
Lord. All right.
Damn.
So,
You guys are so mean. I'm not this
Stop
mean.
touching my cable.
all right. So, why the 2 Christophers? I think Busher he doesn't seem to make mistakes recently. I think he's just going to play.
You think he has top 4 speed?
I don't think he needs much to get there. He's only 3 below, and I think if he can play clean and drive clean, we're going to Las Vegas. I think he stands a good chance in doing really well there, and I think he actually stands a pretty good chance at. Actually, I think he just stands a good chance at all his tracks. Christopher Bell, I think specifically, has a better chance at Martinsville.
I'll give you that.
I think Tyler Reddick's going to have something happen, a crew or something. I think Blaney's going to have an issue. I think Larson could surprise me, but he just doesn't seem like the Larson we know from normal. And I think Truex has just been surviving.
Watch him go out and win Las Vegas next
He
week.
He might. Listen, I've had the worst season of my life in fantasy.
Oh yeah, since you're gonna mention that,
Yeah.
DJ is
I'm pretty
almost
sure I'm out.
certainly eliminated
Yeah.
from our fantasy league.
If only
Nasser
Jake
has
will
a-
do points in a reasonable fashion.
Right now, you want me to do points for right now?
Yeah, actually.
You're not busy.
Hit
Nah,
pause.
Jake's gonna wait. Jake's gonna wait until green flag of next week. to do it.
All right, bro. I got busy.
All right. So anyway, what do you guys think?
Can I go next?
Yeah, top 4.
All right, cool. William Byron, I think that's a lock-in.
Yeah.
I don't see very many issues with that. I'm gonna say Denny Hamlin as well because he's been the most consistent in the playoffs.
I
you
agree.
can't argue his speed. Granted, Talladega and the road course, that's kind of an out there, but you got 2.5 miles and
Yeah,
a
those
short
are
track.
done.
He's gonna be fine. After that, it's really a toss up. I would have to say I think Kyle Larson's gonna win a race. So I would probably say Kyle Larson's gonna win one and get in. And then just as a wild card thrown in there, I'm gonna say probably it's really, really iffy because I want Bell, but I think Truex will make it. I think he's gonna be dummy fast at Martinsville, and I think Truex is gonna make it. So you're gonna see William
Good
Byron,
picks, bro. Good
Danny
picks.
Hamlin, Martin Truex,
Couldn't pick
and
him
Kyle
any better
Larson.
myself.
He did.
So you're gonna have.
That's why.
I think
Is that the same as you?
Yes.
I wasn't
1, 2, 3, 4.
listening. I'm gonna be honest.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Matt thinks it's a toss up. What? It's not me.
Fucking Jeff.
I'm just gonna say Matt thinks it's a toss up. I don't. I think it's gonna be William Byron, Denny Hamlin, Kyle Larson, and Christopher Bell.
Oh man, you think Christopher Bell over Martin Truex?
It's been
I want
consistent.
to. I want that.
He's been
I'm gonna be
consistent.
honest. I want that. But
To me,
Martin Truex
that
is
Christopher
sneaky.
Bell
He's
8
like a
points
ninja.
below, and it's been a long time since he's won a race. Like you're gonna have to run better than a lot of guys.
he's done it last year. I
Yeah.
wouldn't doubt
He
it.
won the Roval and won Martinsville
You're
and
gonna have-
stayed alive.
But I think last year the car was new with so many new races. They hadn't raced Homestead. They'd only raced Martinsville once. They'd only raced Las Vegas once. There were so many things to learn. Now we're going to Martinsville and Las Vegas for the 4th time, and Homestead for the 2nd time. You're going to know more about the car. So if you were good before, you're going to be good now.
Bell's good on that high line though, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bell, Reddick,
Man.
all the dirt guys.
Larson.
I'm pretty sure Bell.
All right. So you picked William Byron, right?
William Byron.
You did too.
Yeah.
You did too.
Yep.
I think he's. The
I did too.
favorite.
I think
Does
he's too
is
solid
he
to
not,
move forward.
Like when we go to Homestead, or I'm sorry, not Homestead, Phoenix, is he not the favorite?
He
is the
has to
favorite.
It's between him or Hamlin, I think.
I agree.
I think it's those two
If
guys.
both of them guys make it, it's a two dog race.
I want to
Yep.
be really, really crazy here and look up what was the last Phoenix race. and see who
Oh yeah, that'd be
finished
really interesting.
there. Hold on, give me a minute.
I know Hamlin made the finals in one of them, not
No.
last year, right?
Guess
The
who
year
won?
before?
Guess
I think
who
he
won
did.
Phoenix? William Byron.
well,
Denny Hamlin finished.
I guess like Max Verstappen.
oh, he took out Ross.
23rd.
That was the one where he took out Ross, and wasn't it?
I don't
Hey,
know.
buddy, you're coming with me. Wasn't that the race?
That was the wreck. That was when Hamlin wrecked Chastain.
Yeah,
I
that's what I'm
couldn't
saying.
remember.
That's why you got
Denny
21st.
Hamlin finished the race. He started second, finished 22nd, but William Byron started third and finished first.
Yep.
I'm gonna
So-
put it on William Byron
Yep,
this
I
year.
agree. I think. Yep. That.
I think you're dumb not to pick him for the Final Four.
Yeah. All right. Well, that pretty much settles that, I think.
Bro, we're all gonna be like
History
no matter
repeats
if
itself.
we're all together or not, we're all gonna be watching qualifying, and it's like the second qualifying ends, I'm put my picks in.
You might as well. I mean, everyone's gonna pick William Byron. You just pick one driver and call it good.
I agree. You want to review silly season?
Well, sure. Why not?
What's next?
I mean, technically, the next thing was talking about the schedule, which we haven't done yet, and
let's
that's
do silly season, then we'll go into.
all right. So silly season. There's not a whole lot to talk about. Haley Deegan signs with AM Racing to drive the number 15 Xfinity car for a multi-year deal.
I'm honestly, we haven't really talked about this. I'm super curious what you guys think about this.
It's garbage. She has
right.
done nothing.
I will say her one Xfinity start, she actually did pretty good.
She did,
Okay.
She did okay.
Does that deserve a full time
No,
Xfinity
no
run?
multi-year deal. No,
Absolutely
Is it multi-year deal?
multi-year
Yeah.
deal.
I'm gonna say this. I said this in the chat, and no one responded to me, but I'm gonna say it again.
Whoa.
One, she's had some okay finishes in trucks. She has potential to run good. I don't think she's got winning potential, but she has potential to run good.
Yeah.
Two, the Xfinity cars race nothing like the trucks do, as far as like the way the car actually like runs, as far as like downforce and like all that kind of stuff. It's just a different car. It's its own thing. Out of all three series, it's
Yeah.
just its own thing. And three, she has run good in an Xfinity car before. So, and okay, four. Most important thing.
How many points you got on this?
Four. She brings the cash. And
That
that's NASCAR, man.
That is true.
That's
Only
NASCAR.
fans
I don't think she
cannot
does.
afford it.
No,
If
it's
she
not.
brought
So?
the cash, she'd have a bigger team.
I mean, it is a multi-year
I don't
deal,
know.
though. I mean,
She's got a sponsorship and she's got.
So here's what I'm gonna say,
multi-year
and it's
deal.
multi-layered. This is my opinion. If the racing is clean, she's really good. If it's kind of dirty and they're racing like dogs,
she's not
like
as good.
the entire truck series is, she's gonna struggle. The Xfinity series, outside the top 5, maybe 6, 7, 8, you see a lot cleaner racing. You get to the top 5, they start racing really freaking hard. You know, and not to say that Xfinity doesn't race hard all over the field, but they do.
Yeah.
Right? But, like, you don't see, like, literally, like, I will just drive in the side of you because 8 wheels are better than 4. You see that literally front to back in the truck series. So I think when she gets in a little cleaner field with a little more of her style of racing, because she did run that one-off Xfinity and ran pretty good, I think we might see her do pretty decent.
My biggest
But
thing.
the car she's joining is not the greatest.
My biggest thing is I'm surprised it's a multi-year deal. That was kind of
just for an Xfinity team.
Just real quick.
to jump to an Xfinity team when you really don't have a ton of success in trucks and you get a multi-year deal. I'm sure a lot of it is obviously she's an extremely charismatic. She brings sponsorships. So her as looking at it from a team perspective, like you want to hire a driver like that. But I just don't know if the skill is quite there and developed yet that she deserves that 3
But
or
I
however
think
many
the
year
skill
deal.
is growing in there, but
Maybe they're just
I
willing
just don't think
to go with it.
I don't think she fits the mold of just driving like a complete freaking douchebag like the truck series do.
Maybe
They do. I mean, they drive like dogs. Like
they do.
There's a reason why none of the Cup guys race trucks, and
Yeah.
they used to once upon a time.
Not really anymore. Yeah.
And yeah, it's just it's not great racing etiquette. Back to your comment, Jeff, you said something about like like funding. I don't really put much into that because if that was the case, you would see her land a JGR, Junior Motorsports, a colleague,
Unless she's sticking
another
with Ford.
big
ask,
team.
what was she-
SHR hasn't landed their Xfinity team yet. They don't
What
know
did
who's
she
racing for yet.
run
And
for
she's
her
a
one-off?
She's a Ford driver.
Yeah.
What
So
did
how
she,
come she's not? If she had money, how come she's not with
what did,
SHR?
what did she run for her one-off? Does anyone remember?
I
off the
think it was
rip?
like a top 15, top 10.
I just well
No,
no
it was
no
the
no
team.
no not
The
what
team.
did she won? What
Huh?
team?
The
Like
team.
what
Oh,
team
what
she
team?
run? I just
I
don't
don't
remember.
remember.
I don't remember, but I know it was a good run. That's all I know.
Yeah.
For a
Yeah.
one-off, it was an impressive run.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just kind of curious. Like, I don't know. I think it might be okay. Like, I think it might be okay. Like, I'm kind of in the same boat as you. I'm not like, I'm pretty.
We're all kind of confused right now, just in case you're wondering.
Oh, is he turning off golf? Anyway,
Okay.
I think she'll run decent. I don't think she's a playoff driver per se, but like I think she has potential to get some top 10 finishes, more than she would have in trucks or something like that. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
All right, so let's move on to the other update that happened. So Austin Cindric signs with Penske for the 2024 season. I would ask Matt how he feels about that, considering how Austin Cindric is one of his favorite drivers. He said garbage and trash in case you couldn't hear.
I mean, I heard him in my monitor.
Well,
so
I
it's
know, but
okay.
I don't know. I don't know if the thing picked it up. But yeah, Jeff, what do you think?
Wait, I'm sorry. I was paying attention to the
I'll go.
Austin Cindric.
The
Oh,
battle of the
trash.
silver spoons rages on. I do think like we should maybe seriously hand out a award for Silver Spoon of the Year. Austin Cindric,
Brian.
Austin Dillon.
and what did I say? Did I say Austin Cindric?
Yeah, Austin
I feel like
Cindric.
this is
Austin
something
Dillon.
Austin Dillon and Joe Gibbs. Ty Gibbs.
Wow.
Baby Gibbs.
Baby Gibbs.
Might as
Baby
well be
Gibbs.
Joe Gibbs.
Baby Gibbs did turn 21 this week, in case you heard.
He can try Fireball.
Yay. Anyway,
Try fire.
I wonder if we went to Big Al's tonight.
so I will say
Doubt it.
this with Austin Cindric signing for 24. I think this is his last chance. I think if he
Is
don't
it a multi-year or 1 year?
1 year.
1 year.
I'm
2024.
surprised he signed again.
I don't
I'm just
think.
gonna be
I'm
real.
not.
I don't think this is a 1 year deal. Who's in the Ford pipeline?
Riley Herbst.
Haley Deegan.
Riley Herbst is a serious driver.
Honestly, Riley
They just saw what he could do last
How
week.
many wins does Riley Herbst have?
more than me.
We're talking Xfinity or we're talking
Local short track.
Local short track. Let me see. Off
What's
the top
the
of my
short
head.
track they always mention on DBC?
Millbridge.
Millbridge.
I was gonna say Milwaukee.
Penske's like, we'll sign the skinhead again. It's okay.
It was so funny when we were in Daytona,
It's just not worth
and we're like
it.
literally like in Cracker Barrel, and we're in our DGM stuff, and we're just like chilling out. And like the people next to us, like we'd like seen Riley Herbst and all
No.
his crew all weekend, and like the crew guy goes up to us and he goes, that's Riley Herbst right there.
I
I'm
held
like,
the door for him.
bruh.
He's like, that's Riley Herbst. Would you believe he's a driver? I was like, not the way he races. I was like, he's gonna wreck any more of your shit. But hey, in all truth,
Glad y'all will be working overtime.
y'all need this.
Keep your family
I
fed.
hope he's buying food for you because this is rough.
Y'all salary overtime.
I think he did a fantastic job at Talladega.
Who, Riley Herbst?
Yeah,
I think.
Oh, in the Cup.
Yeah.
Yes,
in
sir.
the Cup.
And
think
I
he
will
did a
say,
fantastic job.
he also
you want
has
to talk
the.
about
He
any
also.
Ford driver scared to lose his drive. Riley
I will
Herbst
say,
is right there.
Riley Hearst also has the best commercial on TV right now.
Yes, he does.
Yes, he does.
There's a lot of monster girls.
Mark backs up the
Yes,
Silver
sir.
Spoon Award.
Hey, honestly though, like you see that a lot. Like you see a bunch of people they'll start off in trucks and no one really pays attention to them, and then they'll move to Xfinity and it's like they're all right, whatever, and then they go in the Cup for these one-off rides or whatever, and they show up. It's
Yeah,
like,
but I
man.
feel like we see Austin Hill also do that in the Cup. In the super speedways.
Yeah,
Like Austin Hill is just a monster super speedway guy, especially like right now the RCR cars on super speedways are just different. I mean, Matt, we've talked about that. Like when we were over there with DGM, like there's one car we're trying to look at some of the photos and trying to see what they're doing,
Yeah,
and that's the 21 car.
because that's the biggest race you have an advantage at.
Yeah,
If
and
you can
then
figure it out at Talladega or Daytona,
it's
you're-
just
you're
like
locked
that
in.
car is that fast and what he can do. Like it's just incredible.
It's
so.
dumb.
Oh, man.
All right, so I'm trying to pull up the schedule because we're going to talk about the schedule a little
you know
bit.
what I did?
It's
Well,
a-
do we
Here it
have
is.
to
I
talk?
got it.
Do we
I got it.
have
I
to
got it.
talk about the schedule?
Yes, we have to talk about.
Yeah,
the
we do
schedule.
because there's some real dumb stuff on it.
Dang it, I just had it, and
This is
I had a
trash,
perfect image, and it's gone.
I just sent it
Oh, here
through
we
the
go.
group chat.
I was
not
severely
good, though.
disappointed.
Put an image in new tab. There we go.
I was not happy.
All right, here we go. All right, so we've got starting at the beginning, Clash at the
Trash.
Coliseum.
So garbage.
Trash.
I think that needs,
Really?
I think that needs a shake up
Compared to
only
Daytona,
because
yes.
It
Yeah.
needs a shake up.
Man, I'm gonna tell y'all for real. My heart literally longs for the Clash to come back to Daytona as pole sitters,
That would be kinda
like
cool.
back to the original
And sure,
format.
we might be biased because we're from Florida and we live an hour away from it.
It's not-
but it doesn't matter.
like I
Yes.
like the Clash at the LA Coliseum. I like the whole thing. It's kind
It's
of
all right. It's all right.
It's not bad.
You know
It's
what?
not a
It's
bad
all right.
alternative. But
We
man,
can do the
I
Clash at
miss,
Talladega. I'm fine with that. Let's do it. If
All right.
I miss like there's some things that should stick around for nostalgia.
Yeah.
And
That's one of
that's one of the few. Darlington on Labor Day, that's another one. Coke 600 on Memorial Day, that's another one.
Yep.
Like there's a handful of events.
Gosh, has to
Daytona
be there.
on President's Day weekend, that's another one. You have a handful, less than half a dozen, of marquee events that have to be nostalgic. The Clash at Daytona, for me, is one of them. And I swear to God, if you run on the road course at Daytona, I'm gonna riot.
That was trash.
He almost
That
did.
was so bad.
It was kind of cool. The one time we did it, like one time we watched it when we were in the infield and we got to actually watch them go by.
That was because
like, by
of
the infield.
Watkins Glen.
But like
no.
well, there was
no.
that was the COVID
But,
one,
like,
but that's a different one.
it
You're
was
thinking of the
it was
different one.
cool.
Yeah, that's right.
The one time, but it still wasn't the same.
No.
But it was cool. I'll take the road
just
course
have,
to
we
Daytona.
just have. Here's my biggest thing about that. I know we're going long on this.
We're real
and we're
long.
not going to go this long on every race. But like, I got Megan and Matt into racing because of going to the Clash weekends. I got DJ into it. Like the amount
I
of
went to
people
the
that I
400.
took. That's true, but like you camped out
That's
for
true.
the Clash.
That was my first
the
camp.
amount,
Yeah.
like the event
true.
that the Clash was, where you could go camp at Daytona for like, you could go for the whole weekend for 3-4 days and not spend $100 and have the most incredible time.
That's
and
true.
It's just like that's
in exchange,
just
you
gone.
get in exchange you get to freeze your butt off the whole time.
Oh, that was
Well, it depends, right? Like sometimes you go hot, and sometimes it'd be cold.
That was
but
the
it's just like
coldest
what you
I've ever
got
been.
for what it used to be, and it was such a primer for the Daytona 500. Like it was such like
Well, it was so packed because you had that, you had the duels, which is obviously still on here at Daytona, and then you had the 500. So you had the Clash.
it was
the
speed
duels.
weeks.
Yeah, you had so much going on. That was what, like, that's what sold me when, like, I camped the first time was because I'm like, okay, I can see the Clash, I can see the duels, I get to see practice and qualifying and like all these different events that
It
you
was
could see.
such a 2-week event that no other sport in the entire world, except for maybe the Olympics, could draw any kind of comparison to.
Yeah. All right, let's try to move through this quicker than that. So after the Daytona 500, we go straight to Atlanta. Sorry, Atlanta. That kind of kills our
That's
our
Atlanta
string
trumps.
because we would go to Atlanta. But here's the other problem.
I don't know how we're gonna go to Daytona for 2 weeks straight and literally the next weekend jump in a car and drive
It makes
to
no
Atlanta.
sense.
Here's the other problem.
Why are we
For-
doing
for
two
us-
super speedways?
And then
Hold on.
that's the other problem.
Let's try not to be biased on this, but for us specifically, that blows.
That blows.
It does make
It
sense
really hurts.
logistically because going from Daytona to Atlanta
Versus all the way to Auto Club.
yeah, I
From
get
LA to Daytona to LA.
yeah, like
I kinda get you.
I do
I'm
get
declining those PCO requests.
Yeah, hey, should we just tell them we're gonna be off the entire month of February?
Might as
See y'all
well.
in March.
To be honest,
All right.
you might as well.
it. All right, so moving on after Atlanta, we go to Vegas.
They would not be pleased. With
Then
that.
we go.
Do y'all want to go to Atlanta?
Yeah.
Not this year.
Might as well.
Yeah, why?
For real?
Yeah.
I got the email this week about wanting to know if we want to renew.
All
I'll
right.
get back
Anyway,
to you.
let's move on.
I'm down.
All right, so then we go to Vegas. We
I'm
go
about
to Phoenix.
The Las Vegas or the West Coast swing is down to 2 races.
2 races.
That's all we need.
And then we go back to Bristol.
Okay,
Why?
timeout.
Why is
Bristol
that
in
so
March
early?
is gonna be brutal.
That's going to be so cold.
Thank you.
It is
Yeah.
on the concrete.
Oh,
No
God.
more dirt. There is no dirt race this year.
Thank God.
I'm not a fan
Really?
of that. I'm not a fan of that.
Not
Yeah.
at Bristol.
All right, hold on.
Not
time
at
out.
Bristol.
Time out. Let's break this down.
enough.
Not at Bristol. Not at Bristol. But another race, maybe.
Yeah.
Another track.
I kind of like the rumor out there that North Wilkesboro was going to get all the asphalt removed and going to be the dirt race. I was like, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
that'd be something different.
Yeah, but like you're gonna bring that nostalgia back and then just put dirt on it.
I mean, that's
Why not,
ultimate
why not do that for a
nostalgia.
couple of years? Because the track is so bad, it has to be repaved.
Yeah.
Like, they
Okay,
have to
that's true.
repave it.
Maybe
Hey,
they're doing a test
maybe
run.
it's going to last one more year.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe it's a test run.
Sure.
You
I
see
mean,
how
I
much?
could- I
did
could
you
get
see how
behind
much
that then.
repave they did for the All Star race?
It was
No.
like half the
Looks like
track.
a leopard,
Well,
bro.
I never saw like the
Looked like a
things.
leopard.
Yep, we're canceled.
It did.
Been a
Look
good
like
run,
leopard.
boys.
All right, guys,
That'd be sweet though.
guys, we're literally an hour in, and we are still halfway through our
All right,
notes.
DJ,
All right,
why are
let's
you
go.
so concerned about time, bro?
Yeah, whatever.
Time is an enigma.
This is a big week, DJ. Chill
Time
out.
is an enigma.
I think Bristol at this point of the year is a massive mistake because it's going to be cold.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
my
really
I hope
early.
it snows. I hope it snows.
Oh my
I want them to have a
goodness.
weather
Maybe
problem
that's
for
what they're
snow.
gonna do. Is they're like, hey, instead of
Snow
dirt,
race.
we're gonna be on snow.
Snow tires. They
Bring
put
the
chains.
snow tire.
Bring out the chains.
Wait, if it snows, will the trucks be able to get out of the racetrack?
Oh, probably not.
You put chains on them.
I don't even think
put
that
some
would matter.
put some suspension on them things.
Nah.
Get some thick
All right,
thick
let's
boy
move on.
tires on there.
Move on. Coda is next up after Bristol.
It's fine.
That's about the
I
same
think that's
spot.
a good time of year for
It's a road
Texas.
course.
A Texas
It's a
race.
road
Yeah,
course.
that's a good time. Richmond after Coda.
Richmond, North Richmond.
I like to point out there is 2 Richmond dates. I don't remember where the other one is. It's in. There
We'll
should
talk
only,
about it.
There should only be one. Martinsville is after that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cool.
It's not gonna be great.
Texas earlier in the
All right,
year.
so here's my big problem. I love Texas moving out of the playoffs. Yes, sir. 100%. Great. Why are you going to put it literally 3 weeks after the other Texas race?
Yeah.
Bro, what the heck? Who is making the schedule?
That's a good
Why
point.
did you not have Texas right after Phoenix?
Okay.
or
Yeah,
Why not? It's
2
kinda
weeks
that-
later is better. No,
2 weeks later.
I don't care when Coda or Texas is. Obviously, I want Texas not to be brutally hot, especially in those grandstands because there's no
it was
shade.
really bad. Yeah.
So, like, I get you need to be in the spring, but, like, is that going to accommodate for all the fans in Texas?
No.
I don't know. The only thing that's weird is because Coda is in Austin and the Texas race is obviously in Dallas or Dallas-Fort Worth area. So, I mean, it is different areas of Texas. And got to remember, Texas is a massive state. So like obviously I don't know exactly how far Austin is
They'll be
from
fine.
Texas,
They
but
can
it's
figure it out.
several hours away. I mean, the thing is, if you were to look at Richmond versus Martinsville, I'd be willing to bet that Richmond and Martinsville are probably about as close as Texas and Coda are, if not.
It's just
So I mean,
frustrating.
that is something to keep in mind.
Hold on. Can we pause this?
Oh no.
I got to catch y'all up on this text thread from the beginning.
Oh jeez.
So my dad goes at the beginning, right after the race. He goes, I can't believe he's never won a race. Makes me want to cry. LOL. So I'm like, is he being satirical? Or is he being funny? Or is he being serious? I don't really know. I said, who are you talking about? He doesn't reply for like an hour and a half. And he says, AJ, that's what they said. So I don't know if NBC said that and slipped up or whatever. I said, really? He won Indy last year. My Uncle Ray. Text, no, he didn't. The cops came out on the track and arrested him for impersonating a race car driver. Bro, what?
That's what they didn't show on TV.
I don't even know where that came. Like, I don't even know where that stems from.
I wouldn't even know what to say.
I don't even understand.
Your uncle's
All right.
awesome.
So-
I don't get the
Poppin'.
joke.
That's so from it's just from left field.
That's how. It was
In
so out
other
of
words,
pocket.
in other words, he's that bad that he's impersonating a race
Sounds
car
like
driver.
something I would say.
All right. So after Texas, we go to Dega.
Yeah,
your middle name is Ray.
Typical mid-April
Yep.
date.
That's fine.
Then we go from there to Dover,
That's fine.
Wish it
I
had
love
2
Dover.
dates.
I
Yep.
love Dover.
Kansas.
Great
after that,
race.
Wish
I'm
it
about
had
it.
2 dates. Does
Darlington.
that? Oh, it does have 2 dates.
Darlington after Kansas.
It's
Yep,
fine.
Good.
Then North Wilkesboro.
All-star race.
All-star race.
Yeah, I
I'm
don't
good
have
with
that
it.
note here. So that'll be the All-Star race. Then from there, we go to Charlotte.
Coke 600.
That'll
About it.
be great.
600.
St. Louis Worldwide
Ugh.
Technology.
I do not like that race.
See, I
Really?
do.
I
I
thought
like
I do
that.
okay.
not. I think
okay.
it's boring. I'm not about it.
See, okay.
No, you're a weirdo.
Yeah.
Thank
Move
you.
on.
From there, we go to
I think
Sonoma.
it's
Says the
honestly-
guy
hey,
who
can
likes
I step back?
Pocono.
Hey, for honestly, I think it's just Kenny Wallace just
For
over
honestly?
advertising.
For honestly,
Why are you so nitpicky? Always. It's
Well,
splitting hairs with you.
if you're gonna nitpick a race, I need to nitpick it. I just need to make sure
No,
we're on
bro.
the same page.
Kenny
We
Wallace
know-
has
we
like
know.
driven the advertisement for this
What's
race.
wrong with Kenny Wallace?
Bro, he's obnoxious in these videos. He's like, yeah, remember, Worldwide Technology is coming on up. Be there. I'll be there. It's just, bro, it's so annoying.
All right, so
Move forward.
from there we go to Sonoma.
Again, I wish
Boring.
this wasn't in summer, man.
I agree. This should be in spring. We should. Well, anyway, from there, something interesting though. We go to Iowa.
Hold on.
That's
So
the
the
thing.
Sonoma thing, because like a lot of people wonder
time.
why they haven't gone to the spring, is because they said because of the rain and the kind of the flooding in that area, why it's so green and beautiful, they lose a ton of campgrounds due to flooding and soggy ground.
Boo-hoo.
bunch of cramp grounds.
Boo-hoo.
Pave some campgrounds. Come on.
Make the race beautiful. They could do it.
That track is so pretty in the spring.
Find
is.
some new campgrounds.
Build a hotel.
Build a
Hey,
hotel.
obviously, hey, if that's wet, put your wine vineyard over there.
Yeah, like these guys, they don't even know how to plan
Like
a
we know it.
race. Idiots. Freaking.
Matt, we need to get you home.
No,
right.
I'm solid. I'm just.
Oh, I'm sure you're feeling great.
Hey man, listen, it's Roval weekend. I told you all before I got on here. It's empty. I told you all before I got on here. I was
Get
gonna
that
be
man
hot.
some water.
Hey yo,
Hey, Mark says bring the Clash back to Daytona.
Yes, sir.
My man.
Let's
Yep.
bring it back.
All right. So moving on from, we got Iowa. Did you go to Iowa?
Honestly, I'm excited.
me
That's
too.
cool. Yep.
Hope it doesn't float
good
out.
one.
I'm excited, but whatever, it has to have the same pizzazz that IndyCar does when they go to Iowa. If they show up without all the like temporary suites and all the music festivals, if they show up and not doing any of that, and it's just a regular race
It's gonna be
race
tough.
weekend, it is going to flop. In all seriousness, I might try to go to this race. I have family in Iowa.
That is true. You do. I forgot
I
about
do.
that. All right.
You
After
old
that,
Buckeyes.
after that, we go to.
I have family that lives literally 5 minutes away. Might have to go.
Are you done?
Yeah.
After that, we go to New Hampshire.
Are you
Really?
done?
You really pushing me to talk about New
Lobster.
Hampshire?
Are you done?
Lobster.
Wow.
Moving on, and Nashville.
Can we talk about how boring the like middle part of the season
It's
is?
going to be a drag.
Sonoma,
It's gonna be rough.
St. Louis,
I hope there's a
Iowa, New Hampshire, Nashville. I hope Iowa's good. Iowa has all the potential
Nashville-
to be good, but like man,
Nashville was good.
The
Nashville's
Super
after
Speedway?
Nashville was good because Chastain won.
Nashville
Uh,
Super Speedway, Super Duper Speedway.
The super duper
Then
Super
after that,
wannabe speedway.
after Nashville, we go to Chicago. Maybe we'll get an actual street race that's not like Noah's Ark is coming in.
Maybe
You never
Stevie
know.
Johnson will
Honestly,
actually
the
race.
way they keep neutering road courses,
courses.
like Matt says, I think that race is
They're just gonna
be a
make it an
bust.
oval.
I don't know. They're just gonna turn it into a short track. It'll be the
Might
Clash.
as well.
All right. Then after Chicago, we go to.
Finally, some quality racing. That's what I'm telling you, that's what everyone's going to be looking forward to.
We don't care, Matt. All right. So moving.
He just got
Sorry.
muted.
Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
It's what we're all
I
gonna be
honestly,
looking for.
Pocono actually has been
Pocono.
really good.
It was really good.
I'm really sad. There's some tracks on here that have 2 dates, and Pocono deserves it. And there's other tracks, which I'll rant about here in a minute, that absolutely do not.
All right. Indy, we're going back to the Roval.
Yes, thank you.
Roval.
Yeah, I know.
Two
I,
for
I
two.
said Roval. I meant Oval.
We know what you
God.
meant.
Brickyard.
We're going back to
400,
the
bring it
Oval,
back.
the official Indy race.
I'm hoping that's gonna be really good. Did you guys ever see any of the test results from the Oval?
Nope.
No.
Honestly, I never heard anything about
never-
it.
So
I
wait,
never
they're going to
looked
go
it up.
backwards, right? Or they're going to go the right way, right?
Yes,
All right,
correct.
cool.
They're going the right way. The same direction the Indy cars go.
It's going to be interesting.
Yeah. Then we have an Olympic break because obviously we got the Olympics this year. So it looks like we got a 3-week break.
I'm about
For the
it.
Olympics.
It's a 2 weeks of no NASCAR. This sucks, man. Every 4 years, it's so depressing.
Yeah. Moving
Who
on.
cares about
And then
freaking
guess what
Olympics?
we come back from?
Why is
it
NASCAR?
the Summer Olympics
Wait,
or the
time
Winter
out.
Olympics?
Why is NASCAR not
When,
in
what
the
time of
Olympics?
year is it happening, Jeff?
I don't even know where we're at anymore. What month is it?
July.
Oh, and then it's summer. Never
Yeah.
mind.
Where are they at
After-
this year, Jeff?
After
Huh?
the
Paris?
who
Are they
cares?
in Paris?
I don't even
Yeah,
know.
Paris.
They're in
We're
Paris.
all friends. But
Okay, I'm sure
France.
there's a track out there NASCAR could be.
The only
part of.
Olympics worth watching are the freaking
Why are we-
Winter
why are
Olympics.
we
so-
I like
Talking to
watching
Monaco.
curling.
Yeah, yeah.
I think they're just missing.
Okay, guys.
missing the cue here.
sorry.
Focus. After the Olympics, we go to a banger of a race, Richmond.
Bruh.
Woo wee.
Of
I
all
don't-
the
so the
tracks to
best-
come back,
the-
why? Okay, why? Hold on.
I was about
Just
to
a
say
thought.
something so
Like,
bad.
okay, just a thought. Why wouldn't Indy be the track you come
Yes,
back
sir.
to?
That's exactly what I was going to
Because
say.
think of how much hype the return of the Brickyard 400.
NASCAR at the Brickyard.
Yeah, like of all the hype. Because Olympics, right? International audience. Do you think they know what where
I'm
Indy?
gonna
the
tell
Indy
NBC
500s?
don't advertise Richmond. Like, come on, bro. Tell them
No.
we're coming back at Michigan.
Yeah, exactly. So
So back to what I was saying. Pocono should have 2 dates. Richmond should absolutely have one, barely, maybe, if at all,
Yep.
any.
one day at the minimum.
It's terrible, bro. Richmond sucks,
Yep.
and it has for a long time.
Okay, so 2 Poconos. Pocono.
I'll
Indy,
be down for
Pocono.
2 Poconos. I can handle 2 triangles.
Pocono, Indy, Pocono.
Yeah.
Facts.
All right. So moving on from there, we go to Michigan, and then from Michigan we go to Daytona.
How about
Daytona is no longer the cutoff race for the playoffs.
it? Not about
That sucks.
Big trash.
Big trash.
That is
Garbage.
I
dumpster
agree.
fire, hot trash. Yeah,
Mad
no. Then we go to
trash.
Darlington, which I'm assuming is the Southern 500.
All right, so hold on.
as the
Time out.
cutoff.
Is Daytona as a last round more important, or sorry, the last chance for the playoffs more important than Darlington on Labor Day weekend?
Yes.
What's more important to you guys?
The wild card
I
factor.
love nostalgia. Y'all know me.
It's the
I
wild
just
card
ranted on it about the Clash being back at Daytona.
Yes.
I would prefer Daytona be back. This goes back to, you know how much easier it is to get a friend of ours, like Lewis and Nate, perfect example. Bro, y'all gotta go to Daytona in August. It's the last chance. It's all freaking balls on the table. Like it's all
How
everything.
many parties
It's
you go to
everything.
that have people just lay balls on the table?
Whatever.
Bro, you got.
It's
say you
literally
got, say you got
all
4
chips
guys.
on the table.
many.
4 guys on the cut.
It's
Whoever
everything.
wins this race or finishes higher, whatever they do,
Yep.
they are in it. That is a seller.
Yes, it
That
is.
race we've had
All
it's
day.
been what, 2 years now, right?
Yes.
Or 3? 2 or 3?
Well, I don't know what you're
3.
saying.
The Daytona's been the regular season finale.
I'm gonna
Say
say 3.
at least 2, maybe
This-
3.
This year, maybe
It has
two,
been an
I think.
absolute banger every year.
Yep.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
you're like
And you're gonna take it
Darlington
away.
on Labor Day weekend is not bigger than that.
And it's not a Darlington problem. It's just not being Daytona.
I don't understand why
is
Daytona
not.
doesn't run a Sunday night race on Labor Day weekend.
Man, you bringing out all the weeds.
Bro, that was
is-
smash so hard. Labor Day weekend, Daytona, championship or regular season championship, regular season finale, that would smash so freaking hard.
And you get Monday off.
Yeah, bro.
It makes no
Make
sense.
a whole weekend out of it.
And Darlington's a great race.
It
you know?
is.
Don't get me wrong,
it's a
but
good
it's
one.
so much more predictable.
I don't think it's going to be
But
Then
that
it's not
adding
the
Daytona race.
climactic ending
I'm telling you,
of a 26 race
this
season
is a
so far.
one race season. This is a we are screwed up because of the
Olympics.
I'm sorry. We'll
That
change it again next
That
year.
very well could be.
I think that's all this is.
Or
and it's very sad.
Are they using that as a way to kind of try something different and say, hey, let's see if this works better if we try it this way because it's only a 1-year thing. We're gonna
Maybe.
do it.
That's a great point. But I think it's still going to fail.
I'm going to say
Their attendance is going to hurt.
I believe Darlington is
I'm not
contracted on Labor Day weekend.
I'm going to be honest.
because it's a SMI track. Darlington's SMI, right?
Sure.
I believe
couldn't
so.
tell
It's
you,
not a
man. I don't
NASCAR track. I believe it's a SMI.
I'm not super psyched to go to Daytona spring or summer. I'm not super psyched.
But it's still the same weekend it's always been. Actually, the NASCAR season, we'll talk about this, runs longer than it has in a while. It
True.
runs deeper into November.
Two
True.
extra weeks.
But
right?
my thing is, like, you're on the Olympic break. You have 2 weeks of the Olympics to literally broadcast. It is a 4-race sprint to get into the playoffs that ends at Daytona.
Yep. And
Bruh,
my bigger problem,
The
though.
freaking hype on that
Let's
is
just
so
say,
huge.
Hypothetically speaking, all 16 drivers are locked in due to Daytona. Why the hell are we going to
Darlington.
the next week? That is so dumb. All 16 spots are taken.
Darlington is
Let's say we
Wordless.
got 15 up until Daytona. The wild card race, let's just say, for instance, a Austin Dillon wins it like he has before, and he is locked in for the last round. It's over. Like, who cares?
Yeah.
Well, my thing is
they
even,
literally hit something so perfect with Daytona as a season finale that
They screwed
losing
it
it
up. It was-
is so
there was
painful.
something poetic, right, about Daytona being the start and the end of the
start and
regular
the
season.
end.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like the bookends, right, to the season.
Yep.
perfect.
I think that's a really, really. But again, I'm really wondering if it has to do with the way that the Olympics are throwing it
I
off.
think it has to be with the contract of Darlington having to be on Labor Day weekend.
And just
There
the way
has
the
to be
year
some
fell.
kind of SMI contract
I will
that says
say,
they have to have Labor Day
So if
weekend.
it's on Labor Day weekend,
That's the only thing that makes sense.
so this is literally like Darlington. It's September 1st. So I'm wondering if it's just one of those things where the calendar kind of
No, that's Labor Day Sunday. Daytona is always the last August, last
that's true, yep.
Saturday in August, and Darlington is always the first Sunday in
Yeah, that's true.
in September, which is
Okay.
the Labor Day is the first Saturday or first Sunday in September.
Jacob.
Yep.
I'm sorry, Monday.
Darlington's a short track, right? It's considered a short track?
No,
It's an intermediate.
Yeah.
Intermediate.
I'm just
Yes,
trying to
it's-
figure out
it's a
what it's
mile. It's a
considered.
mile and a third.
It's a smaller
What
intermediate,
run would they
but
I don't know. To me, what I've raced on iRacing, there's nothing else like Darlington. I
Totally different.
suck there, bro. I can't figure it out.
I
It
can't
doesn't
either.
race like anything else.
All right, let's get into
I
the
was trying to figure out the next race, which is
Atlanta.
Atlanta. So you go super speedway, argumentably intermediate short
Yeah.
track, and then back to a super speedway package. Wow.
I'm gonna tell you, this is my opinion. Whoever wins the 2024 championship is the most
Complete.
Mickey Mouse champion of all time. And that's because you have 2 straight rounds of super speedway and road course, super speedway and road course, 2 rounds in a row. You have
It's insane.
it's not it's
So you were starting
it
off
takes major shots at the legitimacy of our championship.
you were starting off the round with a super speedway intermediate
Drafting track.
drafting track. We'll just say it's a drafting track, which you can see upset winners.
Yep.
Which
Yep.
I'm about an upset winner, but why the first round?
To
of
me, it's
16?
not about the upset winner. It's about the threat of a wreck that could take you out that has nothing to do with you, which we've seen big wrecks in Atlanta.
Oh yeah, and it's a tighter field. It's a tighter track in general.
It has nothing
Someone
to do-
hitting the wall coming down will wreck
I think-
everybody.
I think the handling of Atlanta, because there is a handling factor there, which honestly I kind of like between Atlanta, Talladega, and Daytona. Talladega, there's basically no handling. Talladega or Daytona, you have a little bit of handling, and then Atlanta, you have a lot of handling. Like there's like a nice like spread there. I kind of like it.
I think it
But
depends
what
on
I'm saying
grip
is,
of the track, but I feel
there's still the factor of there could be a massive wreck in front of you, and you cannot stop and avoid it,
yes.
which makes you a victim to circumstance, which you're much less likely at a short track, intermediate, road course, whatever else, right? So I don't like the randomacy of that. Then straight to a road course, and then straight to a
You're
short
going
track.
way too far.
Yeah, I know.
So the next track after Atlanta will
I'll just
be,
say the whole round. So the round of 16 is Atlanta, Watkins Glen, and Bristol.
bro. You got
That
super
is-
speedway.
that is a chaotic-
road course, short track.
That is an extremely chaotic round one.
I'm about the chaos.
But I'm
I'm
But
not.
why is that
I'm
round
not
16?
in that
I'm not about the
aspect, though.
chaos.
I'm about
I mean-
around 12 there.
I'm about
You
I'm
put
about
those
a
three
little
races
bit
in
of
around 12. I'm about it.
I'm about a little bit of mix up. I don't want to see chaos. A little bit of mix up. But I want you to be able to run at two good tracks, say a short track and a mile and a half. And if you had a bad week at Talladega, you could still overcome that
So
by
my
two
thing-
good other weeks.
My thing here
But this is hard.
But
bro.
it's like if you're Brad, like you're good at super speedways.
But he's terrible
but-
at road courses.
But then
Yeah, but he's got-
but then you wreck out by chance, even though you're good at super speedways, and you suck at road courses, you're gonna get knocked out.
But then
And it's like,
it's not even that. But what if your short track package just isn't that great yet?
yeah,
Which
no.
so far it
You
is.
literally have to have a mixture of luck, and your car has to be running it good at the tracks. Say your Watkins Glen, your Bristol. You have to have those programs nailed down, and you have to do that 2 weeks in a row.
in a row. Yeah,
I think
That's
In
I'm-
general.
it's a lot of luck and draw,
So-
man.
so.
Luck
my
of the
jump,
draw.
I think all the playoff races are 100% accurate. I just think they're in the wrong order. I
You're
love,
fine with two super
let's let
speedways.
No,
let's
all of
let
them.
finish.
All of them.
Let's let
Yes.
DJ finish laying them out first before we.
I am. I
get
think
into
they
there.
look good.
Because we're going to talk about the whole playoffs together. So then round of 12 is Kansas, Talladega, Charlotte, Roval. So basically that one's
Yeah,
the
that's
same.
the same.
Same. Yep.
Round of
Again.
8 is going to be Las Vegas, Miami, Martinsville.
Same.
And then we go to Phoenix in the
The
championship.
So
third
I
round's
think-
the third round's the best one.
The Vegas,
I would
Homestead,
switch-
Martinsville needs to be switched.
I would switch round of 16 and
I
round
think
of
you
8.
should do it in Atlanta instead of Las Vegas.
You
Put
would switch
Vegas-
16 and 8?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh hell no!
I would put Las Vegas up front, give you a
Yeah.
good intermediate, right?
I'm
and then
okay
do
with
a
that.
Watkins Glen, and then do a Bristol. You still got an intermediate, a road course, a short track. Then you got Kansas, which I like Kansas. Don't get me wrong. Then you got a super speedway, and then you got a road course. I'm not a fan of the Roval. Obviously, we've seen that with this current car. I don't think it runs well. So I would prefer that to be the regular oval. And then you do Atlanta, Homestead, because, okay, you got Atlanta, Georgia, Homestead. That's not hard for the people. That's not hard for the drivers. You got Georgia and Florida. And then Martinsville. I still like Martinsville as a cutoff. No problems there. And then you jump to Phoenix. If Phoenix has to be the end race, that's where it should be.
I'm
I
gonna
disagree.
disagree a little bit with Matt. I
you're
think
all wrong.
I think most of the races are good. I don't like having two road courses in the playoffs.
I don't
Yeah.
like two road courses and two super speedways.
I agree.
Yeah,
I
that's-
said I wanted
that's,
the oval.
that's what I'm saying. I'm not a big fan of having. I mean, you're gonna have to bite the bullet if you're gonna have two super speedways and at least one road course. One of the rounds is gonna have to have both. Like that's just what it is.
Why did we forget the Rock?
Statistically,
Rockingham.
Yes. Why is it gone?
The Truck Series schedule hasn't been released. The rumor is it's coming on the Truck Series.
Yeah.
Please bring it back.
but
Yeah.
get rid
I
of
don't know,
Richmond.
man. Like
Please.
Please.
Oh my god.
I think
Just
one,
bring back the Rock.
I think
I'm fine
one
with
super
it.
speedway, in the playoffs is good, and one road course in the playoffs is good. That's my personal preference. I think having 4 specialty races or niche races is a little too much. I think majority of the drivers, like at least we like, are just not that great at road courses. Like Brad is just not.
to me,
good at
it
road
doesn't have
courses.
anything to do with who we like or who we don't like.
For me,
To
it
me, is
does.
at the end of the day, when you crown a champion, is it circumstance or is it that guy was the best of the best?
Yeah, but
And
like
this-
That's a
this-
hot topic right there.
This championship, 9 races leading into the championship finale, leads to a lot of circumstance.
So we're in the round
And
of 8.
let me preference. I know me and Matt, we love super speedway racing.
Bro, we watch
Like
everything.
like it is, bro. We push back babies. Like we cancel vacations. Like if it is a super speedway, we're gonna be tuned in 100%. Like
Yes.
let me just preference that. But there is a certain element of unpredictability that you have to factor for. That it's just like you. I want to see a 10 race stretch that has a little bit of everything, right? A little mile and a half, some road course. That's fine.
A little bit of short track.
Leave Watkins Glen. Let's swap the Roval back to the oval.
Thank you.
That's fine. I would say take Atlanta. The 4 races, maybe not Daytona, right? But the 4 races before the cutoffs, you have Richmond, Michigan, Darlington. You can swap Atlanta with any of those 3. I'm fine. I'm good. I would love, out of the Olympic break, you're right back into Atlanta. Then Michigan. Then Darlington, Daytona. A fire 4-week stretch going into the playoffs. Like, that's pretty hot.
Dude,
You
it'd
know-
be fire.
So I don't get these dates, man. I don't get
it's
it.
so close. And I think this year they were like 98% perfect. And then I truly
This year
think,
was really
I
close.
truly think next year was because of the Olympics.
Very
But
well
I feel
could
like
be.
we took I feel like we
2025.
took a step back.
I think they had to. I don't think they're going to be able to compete with the Olympics.
But I feel like they had to because of contracts.
yes.
Darlington
I'll give you that,
probably
too.
forced a contract.
The thing is, you got to remember too, the Olympic break is 3 weekends.
2
Yes.
weekends.
3.
Two.
It's
22nd to the 10th.
No.
It's a lot of weekends.
22nd to 10th. No, it's literally the 24th at Daytona.
Mark, can you tell us?
The next week is
This
the
is
30th.
literally from NASCAR's Twitter.
Where's the break?
Right here.
I think it's 2
7/22
Oh,
to
sorry. I'm
8/10.
looking at the wrong date.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
By 2 weeks, I think it's like 20 days. instead
Yeah,
of
but
21.
it's literally saying the day after Indy. It's 2 weeks. You have the 21st.
Oh,
skip
I
to
see.
the
I see
28th.
what you're saying. Yeah,
skip
you're
to
right.
the
You're
whatever
right.
the next
It's
date
2.
is.
It's 2. Yeah, because
It's
you're
a,
right.
it's a 2-week break.
But still, it's a 2-week break,
Which
which you could mess with the schedule with.
Which-
I personally am under the assumption I think these drivers would race better if they had more time off. But that's just me. I think they should have more breaks. I think having one break in May is absolutely ridiculous. Granted, they make a lot of money, but
I would
they
say as
also
a race
have-
fan, I don't like off weekends.
I know you don't. I don't like them either. But if one extra weekend off equates to better racing and more connection to the track, more connection to their car, and they're able to race better, I'm about it. I'm straight up about it. Give them a week off.
I think I would
After
be
Daytona,
much
which
more,
is the cutoff, give them a week off.
I
Get
think
yourself ready for the playoffs.
I'd be much more inclined to jump on that bandwagon if we weren't coming back to Richmond.
Take away Richmond.
Because I'm
give
not
them
gonna
an
lie,
extra week.
Richmond sucks balls.
I think next year,
And like
is
I
just a
can
wild
remember
card.
back in the day when Richmond was a freaking awesome track. So we need to do something to make Richmond great, or cut it down.
Do you want to
Make Richmond great again.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
What would you
Jinx,
rather
you owe
have?
me a
2
Coke.
Richmond or 2
Ah.
Pokemon? 2 Pokemon.
Kill Pocono. Are you
Pokemon.
crazy?
2
Two
Pokemon.
Pokemon.
What are you on? Nothing
Two-
can kill Pocono. It's the greatest track in the world.
Pocono I thought was a really good race.
It was the best.
But we
Not
did
the best.
we
It was
did
good.
complain about having 2 last year, and then it was like, oh, this was we literally said
Honestly,
this year 1
I'd
was
love to
perfect.
see
I don't
the
remember two
Pocono
last year.
doubleheader come back.
Double hitter, bring them back.
I think with this
why
car,
are we not doing a doubleheader for this Olympic break?
I don't know.
That would, if you did a doubleheader at
Anyway.
Pocono.
wants to be at
Hold
the
on.
Olympics.
If you did a doubleheader at Pocono, and then did Richmond, Olympic break, come back at Indy, regular season could still end at Daytona.
It'd be the best.
I don't know, man.
That'd be a huge difference.
I feel like, obviously, we're not privy to all the conversations that happen with all this, but it just feels like
Because money.
Money.
this doesn't feel like it was made with decisions about money.
Are you kidding me? It makes no sense. It definitely sounds like it's been made.
What are you talking about?
Money.
How are you coming from a 2-week break
How
back
you-
to Richmond?
How you gonna? How
One
you
of the
gonna
wor-
go from
one of the
super
worst-
speedway to super speedway?
One of the
Sounds like
worst
money.
races of the year. No, I will say, back to the beginning, Daytona 500 to Atlanta, that is 2 pretty exciting weekends in a row.
Yes.
I'm not
fan,
gonna lie.
I'm about
That's
it.
a good
That is a pretty good way to start your year.
If you think about it, yeah, from a perspective
Not
of new
great
fans,
for us because we try to go to both.
yeah, but I mean, looking at it as fans that you're trying to bring new fans in, you have the Clash, the Coliseum, the Daytona Duels, the Daytona 500, the Atlanta race.
Well,
Those
not
are-
true. I
that's
think
four-
everybody who lives up north has to decide to drive all the way to Florida to Daytona. It's a long drive. And then drive all the way home and then drive, let's just say they're north of Atlanta, Georgia. They have to drive all the way back to Atlanta. I don't think they're about it.
Who's,
No,
either.
no, I'm talking more like
who's down to take 3 weeks off in February?
I don't think anybody can. unless you are
I'm not talking
retired
about
and
going.
rich.
I'm not talking about going to the track though. I'm talking about like new fans. These are people that are watching, say, in like the LA market where they're trying to reach new fans, and new NASCAR fans. You have the Clash, the Duels, the 500, and then Atlanta. That's a busy. That gets you invested in.
It is good for
busy
TV.
bees. Yes.
But then you got to get them hooked on the mid-season.
Yeah. I think they're hoping by that point maybe they're already invested.
I will say there isn't
You
like
got 4
we
weeks
go
to pick a driver.
This midseason
we
better
go
than
from
what it was.
April 21st all the way to August 24th. So 4-month stretch for super speedways.
It's
Yeah.
too long.
I don't
It's
care
too
if
long.
it's super speedway, intermediate, short track, road course. The four types of tracks. You can't go 4 months.
Without one
It
of them.
has to be an even spread. I don't like 2 stacked in the front,
Every 2 months.
1 kind of in the middle, and then 2 stacked to the end. It's just like 3
Yeah.
stacked to the end, 3 at the end.
Yeah.
What's it? 8, 24. In the last 3 months, we're gonna have. Is it 3 or 2 months?
I don't
I'm
know.
looking at. No, in the last 2 months, we're gonna have 3 super speedway races. Again, I love super speedway, but that's a little toxic, bro. Like,
a little.
I don't know. Like,
right.
I feel like it might be good. We'll have to see what happens, but
All right. So let's
sounds like we're taking 3 weeks off in February.
y'all
What's
have fun
F1
with that.
gonna- Is Max Verstappen still going to be amazing?
I don't know. He already. We didn't really. We were gonna try to talk about other motorsports. Indy's over.
Max Verstappen.
F1
F1's
has
over.
F1 has 5 more races. It's over.
It's over.
You know what? I think I can sum it up perfectly. Max Verstappen is clinched the thing, and he clinched the championship.
Clinched the thing.
Clinched the thing.
I clinched the thing.
He clinched the championship in qualifying. Who cares? All right,
I'm
so
sure he won the race
There you
today,
go.
too.
yeah,
But the playoffs are more boring.
I'm sorry. That's what I was
Whatever,
telling Jake. I'm like, there's no way you're going to convince me that the playoffs NASCAR has is a inferior
Have
system
y'all
to what
noticed-
NASCAR has or what IndyCar.
Have y'all noticed
Whatever they're
like
called.
the whole hype of F1 has completely
Gone.
Died off.
disappeared? Like where'd it
Completely
go? Like it's like that
She
John
gone.
Travolta meme where he's like, like looking around like,
gone.
where'd it go?
Hey, Max
All right.
Verstappen's still making his
Anyway.
money.
So, do we have a Kuzman question?
We do.
Okay,
Give me
if
a
not,
second.
Mark submitted one, so I'll throw that one out real
Whoa,
quick.
what's Mark?
Mark said
Kuzman
if-
and friends. Let's go.
Yep, this is our Kuzman and Friends question of the week. If you have a question you want to see us answer on the show, just send it over to us on X, and if we like it, we'll add it to the show. Mark sent us, he said, if Dale Jr. is leading in Homestead in one of his cars, second or third, does he move over to let one win for place spot?
No.
So
I don't
okay.
think so.
No.
See, I'm under the.
Dale Jr. used to race for Hendrick, and he used to not want to work with his own teammates. So
I
what do you
am-
what makes you think he's going to work with his subordinates?
Because it's his money instead of Hendrick's money.
I guess that's true.
But no, I don't think so. I think he's
Too
gonna.
competitive.
Yeah, he's
Too much of a race fan.
yeah.
Absolutely not. I think you guys are crazy. I 100% see him stepping aside and getting second place to let one of his drivers win the race.
Well,
This
NASCAR
guy doesn't know Dale
Lock
Jr.
in.
Will NASCAR flag that for race manipulation?
Is brake stuck? I don't know what to tell you. You know what I mean?
I think
It
if
feathered,
Dale
I don't
Jr.
know.
has a real shot at winning, he will 100% try to win.
See, I think
telling you.
When you're
It's
in the
so
heat of the
hard to
moment
say.
and you're driving, all you can do is focus on trying to drive it the best you can. I don't think you even care about anything else.
I think I agree with you. I think it 100% dictates
Just
on the
disagreed with us.
person of who it is. And I think in the playoffs, in the drivers, when you're in the seat, yeah, that's gonna happen.
I was
But
gonna make a spicy comment. Maybe I won't.
What you think? What you think, DJ?
If I was,
No,
Junior,
I don't think he does. I don't
and
think.
I
I think he
could
goes for the
lock
win, and that's what Mark said too.
Yep.
Mark's.
If it
he
was
think-
me and I was driving,
I think that's what Mark said. You're kind of fat fingering the the text there, Mark. I can't quite tell, but I think you said no. I think
What's,
he goes for the win.
What's
I think
the
Mark is enjoying some of that peach extract.
Little
might
bit.
what's the koozie got to say?
I think Junior would step.
I will say
Okay.
I want to see Matt try to make it around the lap 3 times without hitting the wall.
It's not gonna happen. I'd right. I'd 100% right. It doesn't matter how many.
I was going to see
laps
if you
I've
do
had.
that first and then tell me what the drivers are thinking.
In what race?
Homestead, Junior leading.
I think I'd do pretty okay at Homestead. I don't think I'd be great. Let me.
You got
let me-
you got
let
10
me
minutes.
preface it.
You got 10 minutes after the podcast.
Yeah. I think I'd be like 20th place.
I'm not
But
gonna lie. I kind of forgot
I ain't no
Junior was
junior.
gonna be there, man.
Let me throw that
maybe
out there.
we
I ain't
should
no
go.
junior, but
I gotta talk to you after this.
Oh, we
show.
know.
if it's either
Anyways.
Junior or Allmendinger, or not Allmendinger, Allgaier. I think he let.
All right, what's the question from Mr. Kuzman?
Mr. Kuzman says, "What is your favorite race to watch that's non-NASCAR or Indy 500?"
This is race, like a single race.
Yeah.
I'm assuming not like a series.
Yep. Who wants to go first?
Chili Bowl.
Chili Bowl.
Chili Bowl. It's technically a collection of races, but you know what I mean. As a
So
whole,
mine is either
Chili
Chili Bowl because you're so deprived from watching racing for so long, or maybe Monaco just because of what it contributes to the whole of Motorsports Christmas. But probably Chili Bowl.
I think
Because
you
Chili
both
Bowl
are
is fun.
both
Chili Bowl.
crazy.
But
It's
not
like-
not
because you
because
get-
not because of the one race, because of the entire
get-
4 or 5 day event.
you get deprived of racing for a number of months, and then you just get a fire hose to the face full of it for a
When-
week, and then it's turned off until Daytona.
When's the Chili Bowl again?
It's like January.
Jan- January?
Early January.
Mid-January. Okay.
I don't know what the dates are for this year.
It's before the Rolex.
I'm a big fan
Yes.
of the Stew Bowl. I'm not really a Chili Bowl kind of guy, but Stew Bowl. No, I'm just kidding.
That was a terrible joke.
Bro.
A close second for me.
I forgot I
honestly,
had that
A
sound
close
effect.
second. A close second for me to avoid all the popular ones would probably be Snowball. Snowball Derby.
Snowball.
That's always a good one.
I always love the Rolex, bro.
Yeah.
I always make sure I have.
guys
All right,
are
so you
literally
guys are
taking
4
all-
races down. All right.
was
How
gonna
many
say-
more you want to throw
How
in
many
there?
races we're gonna watch this year, Jeff?
Matt, what is yours?
I don't know. Which one of the 4 have they already said?
Just pick one.
I'm going to go with, I thought Le Mans was pretty fun this year. I'd probably tune into Le Mans next year.
This was the most
Other
I've
than
ever
Le
watched
Mans,
it.
it
Le
would definitely
Mans.
be
Monaco.
Rolex for
Oh, the Rolex.
24. Just it's here in Daytona. We can kind of go see practice, kind of do our thing, and then watch it either on TV or
Well,
there at the
before the
track.
24.
Yeah, you get a little bit of hype right before the
I'm
NASCAR
gonna.
race.
I'll say that it is watching a bunch of adults try to race Baby Park in Mario Party or Mario Kart. If y'all know that track, which you guys probably don't,
Baby
I do.
Park.
Baby
Wait,
Park.
what is it?
I do.
It's basically Bristol in Mario Kart. it's
Is this
it's
a real
ca-
race? What are you talking about?
He's talking about
Mario Kart.
No, I understand, but it's not a real race that we like to watch before the.
I like to watch people play because it is hilarious. That is a chaos. Okay,
He said
That
non
was the
NASCAR
most
race.
DJ comment I've ever heard in my entire life.
He said
All right,
non
I'll
NASCAR race.
pick
To be
another
fair,
one. I'll watch the roll. I watch the roll.
I mean, they chose, they
Watch
picked
the
4
rolls.
for us, so
I know,
Jake
like,
Jake
what else
be
are we supposed to-
hardcore on the Rolex though. Like we be showing up to church at 6 a.m. I'm like tired as a dog, and he's like, "You see this part in the Rolex?" I'm like,
I'm
"Bro,
8 hours
it's
in."
6 a.m., brother. Like I don't even know." Like,
Jeff's like, I
I'm
just woke up
6
and like, I've been
it's
awake
6 a.m.,
the whole night.
brother.
I've watched the whole thing.
I'm
I've been telling DJ, you know, this makes me kind of sad. DJ likes sports car racing like I do.
Yeah,
You know, I've been trying to
We've
go
been
to
trying.
Daytona and like DJ, we should go and watch the whole 24 hours.
sleep in the stand.
Oh, I have a race.
He's always let me down.
Seabird.
I have a race.
What?
The Grand Prix at St. Pete.
That'd be cool.
Yep.
oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Problem is,
DJ,
it's always
the-
similar to time to Daytona.
It's always like the week after Daytona.
It's always
which
like
is now going to conflict with our maybe chances of going to Atlanta.
It's not going to
I'm
happen.
not gonna lie.
Why is there so much racing in the Southeast in 3 weeks?
I'm not gonna lie. I would just for the sake
Half
of
of us
going
go to
once,
Atlanta,
I'd say
half
let's
us go
skip
to-
Atlanta this year and we go to
No.
go to that race. St.
Absolutely
Pete.
not.
I think we need a
Yeah, I'm just
hurricane. I think we need a hurricane to scare all the officials so they don't start planning all this stuff in the same week.
I just gonna say, like, we went to Atlanta and it was like late March, and dude, it was freaking cold. Like, now you're gonna try to go in February in North Atlanta, like, all right.
What's wrong with you?
It was a little.
Do y'all
little,
like
little
just wearing sweaters and gloves?
How
Like
many
the
brain
whole.
cells do you people have?
And
I
we're
will say-
always like, man, February's kind of.
I will say-
Don't forget we have a bunch of racetracks in the South, like Homestead, Texas, like,
Yeah, that would be fine.
Auto
Yeah.
Club. I heard they haven't demoed it yet.
Hey, listen.
We're only 4 months away.
Doubleheader Sebring.
It could change.
Get
All
rid
right.
of the Richmond dates from
This
Bring
has-
Back Auto Club.
This
For real,
has been,
DJ, can we go to the Rolex 24 this year?
Maybe I don't know.
Come
The
on,
whole
DJ.
thing, DJ.
Lock it in right here on the podcast.
No,
Lock it in.
Lock
Lock
it
it in, bro. Let's
please,
go.
please don't break my mics.
Come on, bro.
I don't
we
know
need
yet.
to go.
Maybe,
The whole thing.
maybe. I
That's a
look
yes.
At, I gotta
I
look
will
at my-
buy the camping spot if
The-
you'll go.
The
Anyway,
problem
We will have an RV.
the problem is that's probably my daughter's first birthday.
Man, she'll be all right. Bring her.
No,
Just under car.
First birthday party
You're
at the
afraid
racetrack.
she's going to get addicted to racing.
I hope she does.
Just under card.
What is
Wait,
what-
what'd you say?
Is it just under card?
Oh yeah, Dad of the Year award right there.
Man.
All right.
Hope
Yeah, I
Minuet's
feel
not
like your
watching this.
wife will never let you.
No.
Anyways,
let
not
her
gonna
down.
listen to this episode.
Watch, this will be the one.
The one episode she does. She's
How mad could she be at me?
I don't know, but it can happen.
We're testing limits.
Megan just chimed in. She's like, "That's a no." LOL.
What if I
your
kidnap
wife.
him?
Your wife said no for DJ.
We could steal him.
And y'all think it's funny that I pushed off Talladega. Now Talladega's locked in.
Nah, that was expected. We're proud of you.
If Matt can push off a day of his birth of his kid, you can miss her first birthday.
Hey,
No.
I can miss the Roval.
There was a choice of
Wait,
when Matt's
what's
thing
her
was going to
birthday?
happen. The 20th.
Yeah, you be all right.
I
Yeah,
think
you
it's
bet.
literally the same weekend.
Yeah, you be all right.
I don't know. Anyway, all right. So this has been our Kuzman and Friends question of the week.
Thank you, Kuzman.
Thank you, Kuzman and Mark.
Thanks for
Uh,
breaking up families.
Thank you, Mark. Mark said he's after the Dolphins win tailgate.
Hey,
Okay.
hey, honestly, me and Jake are trying to figure out maybe like one of those trains. What is it? The
Bright Line?
Line?
Yeah, bro.
Doing a quick like.
You know, it's almost the same amount of time if you drive, right?
Bro, you're straight. January 28th. We're going.
What's the week after?
Yep.
It's like $80 though. We can take like the train, just go down.
We're
party at-
literally going to be at a racetrack almost every weekend for like a month and a half straight.
We can do it.
I'm down.
I love that Jake looked it up while we were on here.
100.
What's
I'm
that
gonna
mean?
hold you
Where
to
he's
it.
like, why is it not possible?
Our superiors are not about to be happy with us.
I'm gonna have.
Yo, I'm taking 6 weeks off.
Peace.
All right. You guys got anything else you guys want to add?
Are we
That's
racing
fine.
next week?
No.
Next
Las
week?
Vegas?
I think
Yeah.
so.
I think that might be all right. There's a little
Yeah.
bug. Leave him alone. It's fine. I think Las Vegas actually might be a pretty good race. I'm kind of ready for some regular races. Honestly.
Oh, really?
What?
It's almost like this round of 3 makes no sense, right?
I don't want to say it makes no sense, but I'm kind of ready. I'm kind of ready for out of the 8. I'm ready to see the best of the best show
Fine.
up and do their thing and a legitimate champion.
Sure.
What I like
You
about the
saying
playoffs.
Kyle Busch is not the best of the best?
No, he's trash. No, no. I think what I like about the playoffs is the first 2 rounds. It really you have to be good every single round. Now with the round of 8, you really have to be good.
Y'all better be scared.
You
for
have
Larson.
to. You have to survive, and now you have to be good.
Yep.
You know, and then next week you have to be the best.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's 2 rounds of survive, 1 round of be the best, one round of be good, and then 1 round of be the best. So
Yes, Matt.
I'm excited.
Do we have our next 4 prediction? Who's moving on to the Final Four?
Oh, we
Yeah, we
did
did that.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
we did that.
Yep.
I thought we only did
Welcome.
finals. Yeah, it's been a long
Welcome to the
time.
podcast.
It's been like 3 hours.
Yeah. 1 hour 40.
No, that's not bad.
It's about the same.
Yep. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, we're going to Vegas. I think it'll be interesting. I don't have to worry about making picks this week, most likely. So
I want to
that's
watch the race in the eye.
nice.
Wouldn't
Do
that
it.
be
A
sick, bro?
360 camera on top of one of the cars, and you watch it in the eye.
I'm down, bro.
That would
That's
be super
wild.
sick.
Toxic.
Or we could just go to Las Vegas.
I mean, at that point, we might as well just go to the
Moving
track.
Hey, how great would it
All
be
right,
if
it's been
Metallica
fun.
played the same weekend that they raced at Las Vegas?
Be fired.
That would be.
Let's go.
Anyway,
Yeah, sure. See you guys.
Peace.
Woo.